Hello and welcome to After the Match podcast. Is episode 19 of this incredible podcast here, and we promised a big show on this or for this episode because you all know what's going on, what happened in the world this past weekend, and we knew that it's gonna be polarizing, as the host said, and well, here we are after the Match Podcast, episode 19. I'm the host, Samuel Lion. You can see I'm not alone today for the first time. Joining us live in studio. Please make welcome AFK. AFK, the last time you were here, I believe the first couple of episodes entry into the year. And joining us live once again for the first time in months is one of the most, I hate doing this, but we'll give him his flowers. I'm proud. I'm happy to have him back here on the show. And he's, for me, the most important person that I know. Please make welcome Topi live on the show.
Let's go, boy.
Daddy's home.
All right, so from one daddy to the next, joining us all the way from Lagos. I'm so proud to have a Maximum back on the show again. Maximum, welcome on the show. Thank you for joining us, even after the crazy schedule you have to deal with. But I'm grateful you are on here with us live. Maximum, can you hear me? We didn't. Well, and we need to get used to this. Can you hear me? You're about to say something. Well, so
Yeah.
all right, dude. Welcome on the show. So we'll just get right into things. I won't want to hold off anything, but first off, I would want to. I know everybody had a lot of feelings going into this. We all had our own feelings, so but I won't want to ask personally each and every one of you to let me know like your overall feeling. But I think stubbornly, I want to do that. I will start off with Topi. You're joining me. I know I was started with this one year, but you're joining us from Abuja. I want to get to know your take. Damn, I think we have. So, with few words, I don't want you to go. I don't want you to go deep into things because we are gonna do a lot of that on this episode. I would want to ask your take if we were to compare the return of the company to Las Vegas this year versus last year, because last year ended and everybody had a lot to say. Oh, Las Vegas is cost. The last time they were there years ago with the Wrestlemania 9, all of the craziness that happened, so they need to redeem themselves. And it's as if Las Vegas is cost. And now this year happened. Like, why always Vegas? Why always Las Vegas? But I had people still say as bad as last year was, it wasn't as bad as this year. This year was crazy. So if I were to get your take, if you were to compare these two WrestleManias, last year and this, which one was the best one for you?
And now last year was the best. This year was quite disappointing. I mean,
Wh-
uh,
Why would you say
last
that?
year, last
Yes.
year, the hype towards each match was there. It's just that on that day they disappointed with the kind of performance and everything. But this year, the hype leading up to this year WrestleMania was just bad. Like there was no much ginger up until like maybe like the last minute, and then the matches were now even. I mean, night one was just horrible. Night two just decided to like it was like the saving grace of the show. Well, yeah,
AFK, I'll get this to you. I heard on a podcast today while preparing for the show. I was actually from JD from NY and Solo Monster, their Tuesday Night Titans show they do every Tuesday live on JD from NY's YouTube channel. Solo Monster, I believe Solo Monster was the one that pointed out that he feels he would choose last year over this year. And just because of the way night one ended with the one of the best WrestleMania main events that can compete with any other one in Roman, Punk, and Seth. with all of the drama that transpired, and also how the next night two kicked off with one of the greatest triple threat again with Bianca, Rhea, and Io. So he said he would, just because of that two matches, that's what made it best. And like the hype getting there, the road leading up to that last year was the best. And then we had those two matches, even though we had disappointing things going on. And I looked at them like, that same last year, I was trying to like think what other things got me interested for that. Jey Uso and Gunther, that story going in. So I was like, oh wow, I think we have like three solid reasons why last year could have been. And last year was like the first time they were like in the desert again, like years. So everything just crazy and all. And with the hope of like we get to see the Rock, like everything was just.
I think, and
This year,
also
like
the
that
last year,
press going in, and I'm like, okay, for your own perspective, last year, what's like that one for you?
If I'm being honest, man, last year was far better than this year. Last year had less advertisements, and last year, like Tokwe said, the build up last year, was like the matches were fire. If you take, for example, Seth Rollins, Roman, and Punk's triple threat match, the build up was absolutely beautiful. They gave us a reason to be interested. They used Paul Heyman. They used their hatred for each other. They even brought up the Shield. Man, the build up was just wasn't everything fight, fight, fight. There was like a proper build up. And then the match was was peak, was amazing. Then there was John Cena and Cody Rhodes. Had a good build up. The U-turn did not really sit well with me, but the build up still was good. And we had Bianca, Io, and build up again was just it. Compared to this year,
and
this build up, I remember having a conversation with Sammy saying that this build up was just maybe just the fights. I hate you, you hate me. Let's just fight. Like every brawling, not even fighting, brawling, like all the time. Blow you, blow me, bro. Like there was no behind all the okay. Should I keep going?
Yeah,
Okay.
don't keep going.
To an extent, the only match that had a story behind it was Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes, which they ruined with Pat McAfee. Again, that guy did not need to be involved in that story between Randy and Cody too. But now the story felt more like, it's not just about your title. I just don't like you. I hate you. And all that kind of thing. But like the last year WrestleMania was to me was just far more better than this one. The build up was not it. The matches, some of them were it. Night one, but night two, absolute cinema. But I prefer last year still. Last year was
All right, so we have two people picking last year. All right, Michael, I know you are listening to this and you're just like, okay. So, Michael, what will you have to say about this whole craziness? Because we are just starting the show, but I want to get like overall feeling last year and this year. What's the take before we get that? We deep dive into the whole thing.
Okay, so good evening, everybody. Can you hear me?
We can
Yes,
hear you
sir.
perfectly.
So, about your question, first of all, I would just want to say like it's good to be here, and finally, we've gotten WrestleMania off our system after all the talk and noise and everything. So,
Crazy.
for the question you asked, undoubtedly last year definitely the build up to this year was just horrendous in so many ways. Let's not even go to the ticket part that we're talking about. The attendance was way less, and they were trying to treat us like babies by telling us that oh, there were 50,000 people in attendance in night two. Night one's attendance was way worse. And let's not even go to that part. But like your co said, the AFK, like he said, build up was not good at all. The build up was not good, and they were mostly brawling for this year. We already talked about it, and it just made you so uninterested in the whole thing. And the one story, like the one match that I was looking forward to was the Randy and Cody because it had 20 years of history, and they managed to ruin that too by involving Pat McAbon. So so yeah, last year was way better. What you even mentioned, the main event was peak cinema. I did not even see that coming. The whole Poeman turn and everything. Io, 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 Bianca and Rhea give us a show too, and some other matches. But last year was way better. For Jay and Gunther, someone mentioned Jay and Gunther. That was underwhelming. I wanted Jay to win, yes, but it was
Yes.
underwhelming the way they made Gunther tap out like he was some weak ass wrestler. Anyways,
Yes.
to just sum up what I'm saying, last year was way better, definitely way better. For this year, what AFK said is absolutely spot on. Night one was horrendous. I was angry that I stayed up to watch night one for this year. I was so angry. Like I was so angry, but thank God night two saved it. I was so you don't understand how angry I was. My brother was asking me that why did you tell me WrestleMania started? I was like, oh Benny, you don't miss anything. Just go and sit down. You don't miss
Yeah, yeah.
anything. But thank God was night two saved the whole thing, like in a way. So we'll get to talking about that proper.
All right. So I hear you guys say this, and I'm like, I think we're about to have one of the best review I've ever had as a podcaster here on this show because, like, the way you are sounding, I'm like, we're gonna get it. Just to get the feelings right now. A maximum. Welcome back on the show. I don't know if you could hear me, but if you can, in terms of comparison last year and this year, what's like that show for you that you would say, okay, this was my best for this was the best winner for me between 41 and 42 since it took place in the same location. I hope a maximum can actually hear me.
I think it's
A maximum, can you hear me? So we'll give him a while. Wow. All right. So I think we'll.
Yeah,
Okay. So please shoot.
Let me talk to you.
I can't really hear you.
Could you be a
Can
bit
you call
audible
me
because
back?
everybody's trying to like listen to you. Mm, sorry. Well, I think we'll have to figure this out with the maximum while he's getting ready. So, but like getting back in on the show, I don't know if I gave my own prediction. I think I don't. I think I did by saying I think last year because of like the whole this thing. Do you know what? Do you know how I knew that this year sucked? Because I was like, wait, WrestleMania week, I don't sleep. I'm on Twitter, I'm on YouTube because we have wrestlers all over different shows and things is going to WWE's world, things are going to drop. Wasn't not last year that they someone one of the wrestlers was attacking the other wrestler inside? I think was it Elliot? I think Elliot and Fatu or somebody, but
yes, yeah,
like
yeah.
they were supposed to do something in the WWE world and they went and attacked each other. Was it AJ Styles?
Yeah,
It was early night at Aegis House.
yeah.
Elliot and
It
Yeah,
was
that
early night.
early night went to
No,
Aegis
no,
House
no, no.
house.
Early night and Fatu actually for the United States
Yeah,
title. You're
Elena
right.
Fatu. Because I think that was the match for the United States Championship. So they were attacking
Okay,
each other.
yes,
They were supposed to
yes,
do
yes.
interviews. So Elena was like on site. If I see you announce things like it's things like that we are talking about. Things that you see. Oh, like I will get into them like you got attacker, and I think even last year itself you could not see any. And you could not see like wrestlers were like doing interviews. People were like WWE World was
Sorry,
on
guys,
fire.
my
People were
network
coming there.
is a
Even
bit
the previous
very
year was even
poor.
way worse.
I'm
This was
trying to look
before when
for
they were
best.
a maximum. Are you trying to talk?
Yeah, yeah. You were trying to say something.
Well, I hope when next
Yeah, I said my network is a bit lousy. I don't know what is wrong with it. This night is just going here and there. Trying to look for best possible spot so I can
we
get
could
a clear
we could even
network. Can
hardly
you
we
hear me?
can hardly do, you're not even audible enough for us to hear you, and I don't know if you can hear us clearly. Well, I think the maximum, please try to get that fixed while we. So like back to like the whole thing. Last 2024, when they were in Philadelphia, that we had Cody and Roman, The Rock, like we will never have it that good. I'm not sure we'll have it that good anymore. But I still hope we can. Because all of that craziness, all of that rowdiness, all of that, oh, The Rock is involved. And I don't want it to be about like, oh, it's because The Rock is not involved. That's why it's like that. Because no, you can actually, you have proven that you can get this shit done. But we are not going to deny that,
What of
oh,
wait?
The Rock.
Sorry. What of 39? 39 was way better, safe. 39 was glorious.
The
39 was
Rock
one
was
of the
not
best
even.
WrestleManias I've seen in a while.
And okay, what made 39 even special? And that was when we had we know that Vince and Triple H were struggling power. So, but at the same time, like we had that great match with Charlotte and Rhea Ripley. Right? Like the match
Yeah,
was so, you
yeah.
know that the match was so good because of like how Rhea looked after that match. Plus, you saw that Charlotte was like, oh, this is like my going out party. I feel no girl opportunity, and she has never gotten an opportunity like that anymore since that year. When last okay, let's say I returned last year with Trish, you know, I mean sorry, Tiffany, they could not even get something done. But like she knew that, oh, Rhea needs to be put over. Like that, this is the next girl that I think it is 10 to 15 years, this is our girl. So we need to go and put in the work. And I believe at that time we're even causing chaos. That's why I say last maybe the previous years was more better in terms of like even at that was on obviously, you know, Krew will always be on podcast defending the daughter and how the daughter should main event, why that match should have been evented over Sammy and KO with the Usos. I mean, it's so crazy that I believe that was the last time the tag team championship ever made it to the main card. 2023, the tag team championship has not made it to the main card. That is so crazy to believe that that was the last time they started. So imagine that they did not main event. So, but all of these things has, you know, made sure. And this is the crazy part of like, okay, so who are we blame? Everybody take the blame straight up to Big Nose. That is Triple H. Everything is on him. And like you know that he's like kind of like the fourth person on this table. Everybody, we have the Ari Emmanuel of the world, the Mark Shapiro of the world. Then you now have Nick Khan, the president, and everything. Then before you now, me, I believe we have the Rock before we even have Triple H. That's the way I feel because him being the board of director and all of that craziness, it's so crazy. 1 month ago, shout out to Kev Fabro joining us here. 1 month ago, a lot of people forgot about WrestleMania 42 because was a good show, but nothing special. Oh, it's crazy. So that's like the whole vibe and all that. You are like, what's going on here and how can we handle this? But like, I just hope we could get back into things. So let's kick off with I'm like, where the fuck do we even start with the show? Like at this point, I'm like, I don't even know. Are we supposed to review from front back or back up? I don't even know, but I think we need to start from like the obvious. Night one main event: Cody, Randy, Pat McAfee. Everybody said it best. I believe commentator even said it on a group chat. He was like that this match was dead on arrival. Like there was nothing we saw that could save this. Like everything is kind of like doing damage control. Anyhow, when you twist it, it don't spoil. It don't spoil. What's like the one thing like when it don't spoil, like nothing you cannot do anything about. Maybe when milk fall for your hand, fall down for ground, or egg fall for your hand.
Nothing
Like, are you? How will you pack this egg and put back and for me? It can never. So like, there was nothing. Now, but there was this one. I was like, okay, what is the only way out here? The only way out here was to get Randy the 15 because he don't spoil. He don't spoil. But I was actually legit shocked. I told you guys that I was going to go off social media, and that was it. Me go off social media on the WrestleMania week. That shows you how bad it was. And I was like, I'm not even ready for all of this thing. Let me just off everything. I just want to watch the show. No, I don't want anybody because already talk done too plenty, and it's all negativity, right? So like I don't want anything. I don't want you tested me on WhatsApp because that was the only problem. Like you told me was like, okay, no plan for you. I'm like, don't even think because I don't even want if I don't delete everybody, I don't just want anybody to disturb me. Yeah. That's why we are here on the Wednesday night to talk about WrestleMania. that already days ago. So damage control, right? Randy, Cody, and everything. Everything happened, and then the aftermath. Randy now attacking the same person he said that was who I needed for me to, to get to remind myself who the fuck I was. We understood. We all, I mean, the cat was already out of the bag. TKO, it was a TKO decision to over Triple H's head. We need to sell more tickets, so let's bring Pat McAfee for this thing. Now, if we don't do this thing now, how do we now get Pat McAfee out of it? People were like, oh, they better not have Pat McAfee join. Could have been like, oh, this was the plan all along. Like the craziness, and now Randy RKOing Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee getting attacked by Cody and Jelly fucking Roll before the match, and the match, and then the match. Like people like, am I even sleeping during the match?
Come speak of it, guy. What happened to Alistair Black? I thought Alistair Black was the one doing the whole.
Now that's the whole thing. People were like, okay, so you were trying to manipulate Randy. That was that talk came up. Like you were trying to manipulate Randy to like show us that Randy is the Randy that we all know. And all of a sudden, you're not even part of this. He didn't even make the card. He don't get match for WrestleMania card. He was in Andre the Giant.
TKO killed the story. TKO actually killed the story.
I feel like
TKO killed the story. According to what I saw, they killed the story.
So before I would give the mic to the rest of you guys, for me to complete my thoughts, it was more of like I was watching that match. Great entrance. I mean, Randy took 25 years. I mean, congrats Randy Orton. He has broke the record for the longest time to get to the ring. He broke even Undertaker said no do past this one. And I'm like Undertaker will be saying, well, you guys leave me alone. No, I don't see Randy. Randy took 25 years to get to the ring. Like, you realize that we need to get this match done. And the match was slow. Even a snail walk faster than that match. I mean, listen, you watch. They say Randy back that was the best 2 years ago, and you could already Randy walks a slow pace match. He walked the 90s, 80s style, which we've come to love Randy for it. But why? And they no urgency, no nothing. And I'm watching this. I'm like waiting you do person. And Cody, obviously, God bless Cody for always having one of the best entrances. I mean, he picks. There's no denying why Triple H is his favorite wrestler, because the game is the greatest entrances next to the Undertaker, and you can argue with yourself. And it's one of those things that you're looking like, okay, after the great entrances, you see the moment with him and his daughter, the wife, nothing. And that match ended, and Cody won. I'm like, huh? Cody won how? And then you have the aftermath. And then they're attacking. It's not as if the main event of night one is transparent. The consequences for this night one will be the consequences for night two. Like, how do we end WrestleMania with an angle to end the story or begin another one? You are continuing a story where in an event that we should be ending or starting a new friend. Like, waiting this song. And that's what we got. I mean, without making it too much of a craziness, I would like to go to Topi. I don't know, Topi, if you can hear us, to give us like your take on the main event of WrestleMania, because I'm going to start from the main event and review the rest of the show. Topi, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right.
Oh my God.
First of all, I'm sorry, AFK. I know you're a big Van Joti fan. I'm also a big Van Joti fan. But then this nigga actually disappointed me. Why? Because he allowed himself to become a side character. He allowed himself to become a side character in his own storyline. It was so stupid. Like, bro, like it was just annoying because, like, okay, everybody were hyped about when he attacked Cody Rhodes. Everybody was hyped that okay, he's getting a call, like he's listening to those voices, and this one he was not blaming the audience that we are the reason why he's like this. Then he's not like, oh, but there's a bigger voice that is listening to. Like what Michael said, I thought it was supposed to be Alistair Black because they've been teasing this from the onset. all of a sudden I'm seeing Pat McAfee. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like it was just bad to the point that it was as if Van Joten could not do anything again. He literally became the side character to his own story. But the match itself was not like I was not even hyped for the match. Final Cody had a badass entrance, like you said, inspiration from Triple H and all, but guy, that main event was just too draggy. The whole Jelly Roll doing like an elbow drop on Pat McAfee on the table, taking him to the hospital. Pat McAfee wearing the referee costume and coming. Like bro, it was just weird. Like I don't know, it didn't just sit well with me. Like I said, from the build up to every story in WrestleMania, it was very slow. It was draggy. There was no hype for any match. Maybe I'll just say probably Oba versus Brock, but the rest there was no hype. Especially this, you can't tell me that this is your main event, right?
Hmm.
Oh wow, what happened there? So crazy. Michael, take it away while we wait for Topi to come back and complete his statement. Today has been crazy. What a crazy show. So, Michael, I know already you are hyped, you are ready, and I believe you are ready to talk about this particular match because I was like, well, let's start with hot.
So
Oh, Topi, Topi,
I'm not even going to lie to you.
oh, I
Okay,
believe we have
okay,
to be
okay.
back. We have to be back. Toby, please continue. I don't know what happened there.
I'm sorry, I clicked on something I'm not supposed to click on. My bad. I
Oh, yeah,
apologize.
please,
I
you know what you
apologize.
are clicking on the show. Don't show us
I
things we are not ready to
apologize.
see this time.
I
But I know that
apologize.
will be better than the main event. That will be better than the main event. Oh, all right.
Bro, okay, okay. Like I was saying, bro. See, the match was slow. It
Okay.
was I don't know. They just kept on spamming the same move. I don't know, bro. That match was just annoying. Like just thinking about it because I thought, okay, from the moment Randy Orton attacked Cody, okay, we're about to see some nasty demonic shit. But the moment Pat
Yeah.
McAfee was introduced, he now added Jelly Roll on top. Bro, this was the damage control that TKO thought of, adding celebrities with like high selling to try and hype WrestleMania. Bro, that shit was ass. Nobody wanted it. Okay, fine and good, right? I know that is a tradition that every WrestleMania there's like a celebrity because let's not lie, every WrestleMania there's always a celebrity involved.
Yes.
I mean, there was a time Mike Tyson, there was a time Mike Tyson was on WrestleMania. There was a time we had this guy, this actor that died recently. What's his name? I forgot his name. I forgot the name of the actor. There was an actor that died recently. Was on WrestleMania. Like there was a time too Trump was like it's normal, but guy, this one was just too much. It's like you shifted the story from the actual wrestlers to them. Like it became bad. I mean, bro, the match was just I don't know. The
Yeah,
match was just disappointing.
yeah,
It was just disappointing. I'll never
yeah,
lie, bro.
yeah,
It was just disappointing, bro. I'll never lie, right? It was just disappointing. I mean, because
All right.
adding them was the damage control TK wanted to do, but at the end of the day, it just didn't work out. It just because there's no relation to Randy Orton and Pat McAfee. There's no story at all. You just put him into it and just mess the whole thing up, bro. It messed the whole thing up.
yeah, yeah.
And like the funny thing was, yeah, a maximum. I know you are ready to talk. I hope we when you're talking now, we can hear you. But for the craziness is that when you said but because you stressed on this part, they all stress on this part that oh, wrestling is more than one royal family. So if there was anybody that was supposed to come and attack anybody, or maybe have joined this thing, which should be somebody from a royal wrestling royal family or like a wrestling royalty. And people were tilting to, oh, Kevin Owens is coming back from this deadly injury. And I'm like, okay, to make it make sense, why would Kevin Owens, is not as if he's from like a wrestling royal family, why would Kevin Owens join to, people were like, oh, Shane McMahon, oh, I'm like, those all crazy names. And but at the with what we got, it would have been I would have taken anybody better. Like you give me, in fact, give me who was the worst person? James Ellsworth. Give me as worst as James Ellsworth, I would have taken. And other than that, so but we got
But
what we got.
Matt
Maxima.
Cardona.
Well,
You know, you know how epic it would have been if it was Vince, bro.
I mean, but let's not raise the
Take
dead.
my money.
Let's not raise the dead. A man's
Do you
man, please
know
take it
how
away.
epic? Do you know how epic is? Do you know how epic would have been if it was Matt Cardona, aka Woo?
Azal na Azal.
Omo to there. Omo
Azal
to
na
there.
We don't have to be soft.
Azal.
You see this, we are not all opinions are of the co-host and the co-host alone. They are doing the
Wait,
show, not me.
you
Take
guys
it away.
you guys will not believe something. You guys will not believe something. I ratioed his ass on Twitter. Mark Kaduna call.
When they find you beat, you no run.
I beg you. Maximum, please. You were saying something. Your reaction to the main event.
Which of the main events? Is it the week main event or the weaker main event?
Yes,
Which
the
one?
week one. The week
The
one.
week the weaker main event. No, the
Cody,
weaker main event.
Randy,
AFK,
honestly,
AFK. AFK, see how they are cooking our goods. They are
Guy, I
cooking
don't know
our
if you
goods
talk.
because of the nonsense TKO
My
bro.
viper.
This shit they pain me. This shit they pain
Okay,
me, bro.
let's
I
let's
week main event.
let's
okay,
let's
Maxima,
please
please.
please pipe
Can you
down,
tell
pipe
us
down,
your
pipe
reaction to
down,
the week main
pipe
event
down.
as you
Oh,
say?
Jesus.
Let me talk to ya. Yeah.
Please don't have to believe me. Yeah,
Yeah.
but like
Okay, so first of all, let me take a deep breath. Like Michael said, we have passed you have let the WrestleMania off our skin. Now let's do our review and analysis. Now, for my own part, when we're looking at the week main event, we're looking at CM Punk and Roman Reigns. So let me start with that. First of
Plot
all,
twist.
Roman Reigns took it very easy with CM Punk because if you look at that one, CM Punk, he's an old man, he's weak, he's fragile. Marie just had to take pity on him, let him get some few moments of joy, few moments of happiness and that kind of stuff like that. You can't compare that match to when Roman Reigns fight for Rock Lesnar or when Roman Reigns fought Cody Rhodes. That Cody Rhodes match though wasn't well. I don't know. I prefer Roman Reigns Brock Lesnar those kind of matches. So let's go back to what we're talking about WrestleMania 40. Even the WrestleMania, the way it went, I don't even remember the 40 what again. Well, let's continue. So CM Punk. CM Punk sucks. Yes, he came out this Monday and started saying he feels like a winner. He feels this. You lose, nigga. You lost. You lost. So you were going to lose, and everybody knew you were going to lose. So why are you coming out and saying we I don't feel ashamed. I don't feel this. I feel a lot. Talking about the history. Talking about you don't know when another title opportunity might fall out. Dummy, you won the title because Seth Rollins got injured. And who did you win the tournament against? Jey Uso. Everybody beats Jey Uso, nigga. Everybody beats Jey Uso.
God.
So why is he just
This
that's why I say
disrespect.
okay, back back to the main back to the come on man. We have to be real here. Everybody beats Jey Uso. Now let's take a please let's take a look at this. Sorry for going to Monday Night Raw. No, I know we've not been there now. Back to the match. So now in the first few start of the match, I already knew what was going to happen. Okay, let me not say I already knew what was going to happen. Some things that are going to happen, whereby they're going to CM Punk. Did you see that lame ass Superman punch CM Punk gave Roman Reigns? That was the most even my 5 years old sister can give a better Superman punch than that. He see, I told you
Damn.
he's old. He can't jump. He made he
God
made
Damn.
the
abeg.
he made the match look
God abeg.
he made the match look so old. It looks as if it was the old Undertaker versus the old Shawn Michaels fighting. Like I was like, what is this? He
Damn.
was so weak. So
Damn.
even
God
his
God.
damn it.
friend,
God.
Roman Reigns helped him to just pay. Roman Reigns is good, but before that, please, I need you all to raise your fingers up to the sky and acknowledge your tribal chief. He is the head of the table. He is the needle mover. He is the GOAT, the greatest of all time. He is the one head of your table. He is the one that put food on your table. He is Roman Reigns. Okay, Roman Reigns is cool. Then now, that's all I can say. CM Punk really make that thing look that main event that everybody think it was so special. To me, it makes the main event look like Roman Reigns said. He makes them look bad. An old man holding the world champion makes WWE looks bad. So they had to take it away from him, and they did it in a grand style. So that is that. Then now let's look at the weaker main event. What went on? Yeah, the introduction, their entrance was amazing. I love the Randy entrance, whereby a big snake came. Wow, that was nice. Then Cody Rhodes, we've seen those shit before. So now, moving on. They got to the fight. They got to the fight. How did the match start? Pat McAfee came and hit Cody Rhodes in his back. Then Jerry Rowe came, and he did the most useless. Like, am I going to call that a splash or an elbow drop? That guy,
Elbow drop, elbow
he
drop.
sucks. Please, please take him away from the WWE ring. He's not a superstar. Let him focus on his music career. He sucks. He sucks. Even Bad Bad Bunny is a better wrestler. I can say that for a fact. Since all the celebrities that I've watched coming to WrestleMania, Bad Bunny is he the one that has the best fighting ability or athleticism when it comes to wrestling. He's good at in wrestling. He's very good. He's technical. He's the best among everybody that I've seen. I don't know about 1990s. I don't really care about Mike Tyson and the likes. So now
Logan
moving
Paul.
on. Logan Paul actually sucked when he came. He's now a full-time wrestler, so he definitely he always get better. Yeah, so he has that potential.
Oh.
It's not like it's not
Logan Paul
like
is
your
actually
boy.
the best. So let's not even lie.
Woo! So
Yeah.
um so it's not like your boy. Woo! So let's just go back to the thing. So now
He's not my
Cody
boy. Oh.
Rhodes hit some um the everything that we've seen, basically the same fights that they fought 2008, 2009, Randy versus Cody Rhodes. If you want to watch that fight, it's basically almost the same thing. The only thing is that Cody Rhodes now know how to do skip, jump, rose cutter. That's just what differentiates it. So overall, the weaker main event sucks. I actually knew that was going to happen. Cody Rhodes was going to get the win. Cody Rhodes was going to give Randy a low blow and stuff like that. So I'll take the weak. The weak main event is better than the weaker main event. So yeah, I classified it weaker. So that's that. That's my take for now. So let's move on.
Damn. So I know everybody wants to react to this. A maximum. I just asked you for one match reaction, and you went in on the full blown rant. You went in on like classic a maximum, and I'm just reviewing my notes from the last show we did where we were doing a prediction show, which I need to give it to you guys. That was one of the best viewed shows we had here as a live show on the channel. It proved that people are really picking up on this. And Maximum, you really said it. Yeah, your prediction for this match was that Cody is gonna walk out champion. And to think, I thought you were picking him because you were proud of him or excited about him, and you just came in here and ran down the entire and the one match that saved the show, saved the event. You went in there and you brutalized. Let's not even go in there. All right, Michael, take it away because I know you have a lot to say about this whole thing from a man's reaction to everything going on here. Before we move on to the next match. My goodness.
So okay, for what Maximan said, that's his own personal opinion. So I don't want to start going into that now and to just start another war here. The way he was ripping into CM Punk,
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about that. All I know is no CM Punk disrespect will be tolerated here ever, ever,
CM Punk
ever.
sucks.
We
So
stand
Period.
with
Point.
that.
back to back to what I wanted to say. For Randy and Cody, I'm not going to lie to you, Samuel. I slept almost throughout the whole thing. I can't even lie because of how pissed I was. Because of how
I didn't sleep.
do you know
I needed to watch that rubbish that they were going to do. I just
do
needed
you
to
know
watch that rubbish.
no, I saw most of it. Yeah, I saw most of it. I saw the elbow drop. I saw most of it. I'm just saying, like for most part, I was feeling sleepy. That's the whole point. Do you know what pissed me off about this whole thing was their a combined entrance. Do you know Randy Orton's entrance was longer than Liv Morgan and Stephanie Vacquer's match combined? Do you know? Do you know how annoying that is?
Randy
Hey,
is
Randy
the
man,
new
Randy Randy Orton's
new
entrance was
The
Randy Orton's
Undertaker.
Taker. Randy Orton's entrance was 8 minutes, 8 freaking minutes. Cody Rhodes' entrance was the same amount of minutes as Stephanie Vacquer and Liv Morgan. Do you know how annoying that is? Do you know? They took 15 minutes of entrances alone.
That's the main event. That's the main event. That's the main event.
It still does not mean we'll be watching you walk across the ring. Like, are you kidding me? So does that mean you will not cut the women's time? We're even going to go to the women later. But for the match entirely, God, Pat McAfee starting the match up the way he did and the way they took him out, I loved it. But the match went on. The match went on like proper, only for Pat McAfee to return the way he did. I was pissed again because I was like, "Do you call us babies?" The way Pat
A
McAfee
disaster, man.
ran back into the ring like nothing happened, like he didn't just get smashed through a table, and he ran there like nothing happened. Oh, I'm fine, blah 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 blah, and you ran there, acted as a makeshift referee. Like everything was just pissing me off, and Cody retaining was surprising to me because everybody expected Randy to win, but I found out that the reason why
Surprising to me
Cody
as well.
retained was the fact that he has a recurring back injury. Like currently, that what he's still battling with. So that's why they were like, "Oh, Randy should retain, and the rivalry will drag on to Backlash and other pay-per-views." But at the same time, I was happy Cody retained because that means that's the end of Pat Macabon. I was so happy. I was so happy. No more Pat Macabon on our screens, and I was so happy. But overall, it was just like the 4.5 over 10 for me at most. It was just very
Even
draggy
for
and drab.
You
even
just rated
for
that? You rated that? Did you rate it?
Yes, I
Did
rated
you
it
watch
4.5
rating?
over 10.
wow.
Jesus. So that means
Yeah,
that means I'm even being
That's
I'm
high.
even being
you are being
generous.
generous, my bro. You are being
I'm
very
being
generous.
generous. I'm
For
being generous.
That's
wow.
high. That's
It was
high.
awful.
I I
It
I
was
rate
awful. I
I
was so
rate
pissed.
I rated I rated the Liv Morgan and Stephanie Vacquer match than that match. My opinion. My opinion.
Look, I will not
I'm
even be
sorry.
angry if they had those women match as the main event because it was way better than the nonsense we have to
Exactly.
watch now.
Exactly.
Well, from one generosity to another, I know AFK. Randy is your guy. Randy has been the goat, and we acknowledge him over here. But at the end of the day, I still talk about damage control. They like how were they going to salvage this? What were they going to like? What were they supposed to do? What were they going to do? Because already the higher powers had came in and decided that this is what they want to be done to be able to boost because the only thing TKO cares about and Endeavor, the parent company, it's all about the dollars. It's all about the grades. It's all about the ticket sales and all of that. And even if it means them, jumping in to
Yeah.
destroy something just like they get it, it's crazy. So to you, to react to this match before we move the fuck on, uh, how are you going to drive this home for us to like try to make sense of all of this bullshit, everything we've
now,
had to deal with?
now, thank you guys for waiting for my perspective because all your perspective have been wonderful except for one, but I'm not going to call your name. But now, here's the thing. First off, I am a like my love for Randy Orton cannot be understood. That man is the legend. He's the goat,
What
and I am so pissed off at him because first off, you guys told us he's the Viper, he's returned. The Randy Orton I know, the 2009, 2010 Randy Orton will do the sickest thing, would make people cringe. How would you tell me Cody Rhodes' daughter and wife were watching the match and Randy Orton did not do anything to provoke those two? Randy Orton would pull out John Cena's father from the crowd and punt kick him in the head just to provoke John Cena. Randy Orton RKO'd Stephanie McMahon and kissed Stephanie in front of Triple H just to provoke Triple G. Who is this? This nigga is not the Randy Orton I know. This nigga is some TKO.
The Viper has
TKO
gone
clone.
to the
This one,
popular.
this is not Viper, man. This one a cookie. Forgive me. This is because
The guy,
Do you know some? Do you know? Sorry. Do you know something? Do you know something? I feel it's because we're in the ruthless depression era, no longer ruthless aggression. So it's like they're scared to spice up storylines now. They're scared to do things that will keep the fans at the edge of their seats.
see.
So I call it the ruthless depression era.
Now let me shock you. You say we know the ruthless aggression era, right? There was a time Randy Orton faced Jeff Hardy in his steel cage match. Nigga pulled a screwdriver in the whole of Jeff Hardy's ear and twisted. That is the
Yeah,
Viper
I
know.
remember.
This whole Pat
I
McAfee,
do
and
know
that was
about that.
exactly, and that was not ruthless aggression. No, that was when there was no blood. That's when
This was years ago. Like
this
just
was when
I think before
small
pandemic.
blood. Yes, now this was when small blood. They don't. This was even during the
2000,
Thunderdome era.
2009.
Yeah,
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 So to say
2009.
that, to say
Yeah,
that was
Thunderdome era.
the wrong like that. Now, see something.
Oh, the Randy Edge feud. Did not that
Randy
pandemic.
Edge, bro, nigga RKO'd Edge's
Phoenix.
wife. Did you see the match? Even the match was brutal. And see, that match was good. Do you know what? No involvement. Randy Orton is a slow-paced man. And the way he handled that match was wonderful. I love that match so much. Now, Pat McAfee's involvement to me was absolutely pointless. You're telling me because of hype. Put him in commentary now. That's his job. Why is Pat McAfee
Exactly.
having a whole ass entrance? Why is Pat McAfee having a whole ass entrance? Why? Okay, now this is the thing now. This is the thing that confuses me. Exactly. If Pat McAfee was meant to help Randy Orton win the match, why did Randy Orton RKO him? If Pat McAfee was meant to help Randy Orton win the match, when he ran back as a ref, why did he count so many
Slow.
questions?
Exactly.
Pat McAfee's involvement in this Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes feud was totally pointless. Because the Randy I know would do something, will call out Cody Rhodes' father or brother or wife and children and tell him that I will do the sickest thing to your family and there's nothing to do about it. Drive somebody insane, not the one that would watch Pat McAfee. How is Pat McAfee having more promo time than Randy Orton? Who gets the match? How?
As a point of fact,
Like I said,
was Pat McAfee.
Because
like I
He's
said,
coming
bro,
for this one when Randy Orton
Randy,
is back.
bro,
Now,
like I said, Randy Orton was
bro, now
the
let's
fighter
move.
in his own story, man.
Bro, honestly speaking, because how? Now let's move to the match. Now we get to the match, and I slept off twice. By the way,
Oh,
I
shit.
stayed up awake. I have never slept
Twin.
off at a wrestling show in my life.
Twin.
Like it's not even a joke. I watch every single thing that involves wrestling, and I've never slept off in a match. Even the match that's boring, bad as bad, I changed channel. This Randy Orton match, I slept off
Exactly.
twice
Twin.
because they were repeating one move. They were just doing punch me back. Oh, punch me back. Oh, fake RKO. Oh no, that's all. They weren't doing anything. This is me waiting for. Immediately I saw Cody Rhodes kiss his wife and daughter.
Typical Cody
I was
Rhodes
like,
match.
Randy Orton will do something sick in front of them. Randy Orton will probably punch kick him in front of the family or go and threaten the daughter or something. And this is Randy not even near that barricade side. He just did. The match was slow paced. There was no energy. And Cody Rhodes now wins the match, and then you now collect the belt and punch kick him. Punch kick way for kick out for the match. You can't kick him after the match. Why? What's not the whole point? Oh no, they are going to have a rematch at Backlash. At that point, man, you've killed my hype.
Which
Yeah.
rematch? Did you watch Raw?
No, see, I believe they will have a rematch at Backlash. Because what's the point of kicking his head? See, if Randy Orton kicked his head at WrestleMania just for them not to have a rematch at Backlash, then whoever wrote that whole storyline, you are. I'm not going to even call it, but that was.
Somebody punt kicked you and literally took your almost literally took your side.
I don't think that's
And the very next night, you are going
Going
to
to meet
confront CM Punk and tell
CM
him,
Punk.
just let me know when. Why would you even go to Raw? You should be figuring, okay, where that bastard, where Randy they stay, like which hotel room they stay, like that should be your next move. right?
I'm
Like,
beating too.
you go tell us that this eye, wait, this opponent give me for eye. I'm gonna give you back. You are going to Raw.
No, to go and meet
So
CM
go with
Punk.
CM Punk. I feel more like a loser. Bitch, you have a championship with you. If you they feel like loser, what should CM Punk feel like?
I don't know, like the whole thing.
You know
the
what?
whole thing.
Fuck this shit.
The whole thing just annoy me. Then CM Punk and Ryan Zone, we'll get there. And I have a lot to say about that.
We will not
We'll
get there. Let's go there. I hate that we're doing
Oh yeah, now
Let's do the big shows. Let's do the big
Good.
shots.
Now-
So the night two main events had
allowed me
Roman.
start now. Allowed me now.
All right, take it away. Take it away.
Now, first off, excuse me. Is Emmanuel X right? I don't know how to pronounce your name. Sorry.
Maximum.
Okay, Maximum. Now,
Maximum.
I understand. Yeah, Maximum. I understand you're not a CM Punk fan.
CM Punk fan.
I love. Yeah, I love CM Punk. I love Roman Reigns. You say those niggas are old. You are right, but I bet you cannot do half of what they did. That's one. You cannot do half of what they did. That's why they are trained. Number two, CM
Preach.
Punk did absolutely well in that match. Sir, CM Punk, that was one of his best performances. Honestly. Now,
Yep.
the whole storyline. Now, this is how you know a real wrestling fan. The whole storyline was revolving around CM Punk being old, him not being able to catch up to Roman Reigns. So the match looking that way is just them telling you that this was the story that was coming and this is what you will see. And look at how he ended. He wanted to hit Roman Reigns with the second GTS and then he collapsed. And Roman Reigns showed him
He
that
collapsed.
I'm the
Yeah.
man. I still got it. And then he spared him. That's like the whole story of you're the best in the world though, but you're not the most fit in the world. That was like the whole story. And then the tribal chief showed him that for you to hold a whole island of relevancy, you have to hold my stamina. And that was the vibe. And that was what
Preach.
we got. The match
Preach.
was absolutely beautiful. So to be honest,
I don't want to interrupt you. We're talking about stamina, right? I mean, Roman has is it two or three set of
I think that's four.
four set of twins.
Bro.
I mean, you need stamina to
He
even
definitely has
to
stamina.
put one. You have stamina, and you're putting two like 3 times. I mean,
Yeah.
come on, take it away.
So
Take it away.
now, regarding now you understand. See the thing about CM Punk's Superman punch looking horrible. Now, honestly, I agree with you on that one. CM Punk really needs to stop stealing people's moves. He tried stealing Hangman's clothesline and that looked horrible. He tried stealing Club Stomp and that looked horrible. He tried stealing the spear. He should never do a spear in his life. And that looked horrible. So I agree.
He's
CM Punk needs to learn how to stop
horrible.
stealing people's moves. He needs to learn how to stop stealing people's moves. But aside from that, CM Punk's moveset is quite beautiful. He's actually really good. Him and Roman Reigns saved Wrestlemania. In fact, their match, I'm so happy that nobody intervened in that match. There was no Usos.
Oba and
There was
Brock.
nobody. I was so
Oba
happy that the
and
match
Brock
was
saved
It
WrestleMania.
was
Oba and Brock
exactly
saved
because see,
WrestleMania.
honestly, it was Oba and Brock's
Like
match did not really save it. Oba and Brock. Be very honest with yourself. Be very honest with yourself. Be very honest with yourself. If during the WrestleMania build-up, the first match they showed you was Oba versus Brock Lesnar, do you think the ticket sale will be that high? If that was the only
Yes,
match
sir.
advertised first, do you
Yes,
honestly
sir.
believe the ticket sale?
All right, so
I'll be super hyped,
all right, please. For the first time in almost 6 years, we have the return of the prodigal son. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome commentator live
Bad boy,
on
bad
After
boy.
the Match podcast. Welcome, man.
First of all, it's 3 years, not 6 years. You should get your numbers right.
Shut the fuck up. So, welcome back on the show. Welcome back. I'm glad to have you. You came in right on time. You came in late, but you came in right on time. So we are addressing one of the main events, the big main event, the main event that saved the entire show, which is the match between Cody. I say Cody. Fuck Cody. CM Punk and Roman Reigns, and the main event that saved the. Sorry, Cody, if you take offense, but fuck you. Commentator, please take it away. What was that match to you? How did you see that match? And how can what can you tell? Welcome back to the show once again.
Thank you for having me. You see, just like my tribal chief, I'm very part-time, Sometimes you need to show up for the big shows. That's what makes you a big draw. You understand? I'm the one. But that aside, the match, I will not lie. Yes, the fact that there was no interruptions, the fact that we had a good old fashioned wrestling match gave me so much joy, because I won't lie, somebody that watches a lot of review shows, wrestling review shows, one thing that everybody keeps on complaining about is the distraction, interference, and confusion. Like some matches, even if you want to distract, do the referee, like hit the referee. We don't need somebody running in every single time. I mean,
And
it was a
two,
good
three, four,
match overall. I
two,
feel
three, four.
it it could have even swung either way. If Roman won, everybody would have been fine with it. If Punk won, everybody would have been fine with it. Even if
Yeah,
I do feel they gave more consideration to the Cody Rhodes Randy beef for some weird reason. And CM Punk and Roman Reigns, it was their star power
Thank you,
that
Nani.
carried the hype
Thank you,
going
but you
into
said
the
for
match.
some weird
But
reason.
the match was fire. I will say that the match was fire. However, I am also of the belief night two in general was much better than night one. So I wouldn't say
Definitely.
it
Why?
was just the Punk match that saved WrestleMania. The entirety of night two cooked well,
true,
very,
true, true.
very well done.
Definitely.
From the opener, see,
Definitely.
call it what you want. Even see, Punk and Roman did a good job in their match, but I'll tell you something for a fact. You cannot open a show. I don't think I have watched a show open as well as WrestleMania did with Brock and Oba. That's the best way.
What do you
If
mean?
you
Night
if
one
you
was
want
better, Joe.
me if you want me to not leave my seat for 4 hours, that's how you get me in the mood. Oh my god. You know that time when he was like banging his chest? I felt like I was in the ring with him. I felt like a gorilla in that moment. No
Real,
racism. But
real.
God, I could feel the primal African urge coursing through my veins. I was like, yeah, I feel this man. Like, oh my god. See, Jacob should just quickly move to Roman Reigns. Or even if he wants to beat Roman, let it beat Roman Reigns. I need my Obama. I know they probably use like King of the Ring to book him. But my god, the ruler needs to be king as soon as possible.
God bless you for that statement.
All right, so
That would be
all
cool.
right, thank you. Welcome back, Commander, on the show, and I hope you stick around for the show. And I'm gonna
Thank
go
you.
back to AF. I'm gonna go back to you.
I agree with that statement
Okay.
you said. What do you mean? Night one was better. Early night and Usos was more
Yes,
entertaining.
that was the
Stop
best.
it,
That was
bro.
the best opening. That was the best
I
opening
show
I've ever seen in
splash.
my entire life.
I show
And
splash. What the heck was that?
I've watched this show for years. That was the best opening, the greatest opening match. Fuck that night one. All right, so from one cook to another. Topi, we know you are in the kitchen. You are cooking up some things. But what did you think of the main event of night two, with Roman and Punk?
A lot has been said. Our tribal chief won. One Zebro defeated the other Zebro. I mean,
Nice, nice, nice.
see, at the end of the day, right? I don't know. I like the kind of like rivalry that you know that it's pure hatred between these two. I mean, they went for their personal life. CM Punk calling out Roman Reigns' dad, then later apologized, but and like what commentator said, the fact that there was no interruption, they were just throwing hands straight up from beginning to end, bro. That was beautiful. And at the end of the day, but Umari just was right all along. He just proved to everybody that Saint Pog is an old man. I'm sorry to say, man, Danny guy is already old. He's not in his body again, bro. He just like how should
Don't
I
be
even say it?
sorry.
I
Don't
think I
don't be
think
sorry. Don't be
I,
sorry. Don't
I'm
be
sorry,
sorry. You're
but
stating
I
the
want to say
facts.
this.
Don't be sorry. I love
I
that.
want to say this. I want to say
Stop.
I feel like the
Don't be
last
sorry.
time Saint Pog put 100% in a match, like he put his body on the line that we're like, oh yeah, Saint Punk is that guy, was when he fought Drew McIntyre in Hell in a Cell, that they beat the living daylight out of each other. I feel like that was the last time we saw CM Punk at like full power. But this time around, bro,
Bro,
he was. I
that
mean,
match,
you can't tell
that
me that
match was
Roman Reigns is heavier
incredible.
than. You can't tell me that Roman Reigns is heavier than Drew McIntyre because this guy lifted Drew McIntyre. I can't count how many times he did the GTS on Drew McIntyre and he was still standing firm. But this nigga could not lift Roman Reigns for the second time. His Superman punch was weak, which is understandable because bro, it's not even your move self. So there's no way your move supposed to be better than the original. Like overall, the match was good. The build up, good. I just like that fact that they were peeking into their personal life. I enjoyed it, and the fact that the fans were not calling out CM Punk for being a hypocrite, like it was coming from Roman Reigns' career, which we all know that the reason why Roman Reigns stopped playing football was because of he had leukemia, and besides, he was a D1 athlete. Being a D1 athlete is not an easy thing, bro. Then
And same
and
from
he was calling
UFC.
out he was calling out to Marines for leaving this team because he was like because he could not hang with the big dogs in football. He had to leave and come and do wrestling. Then we now have Punk, who is I don't think he won any UFC match, and is now like bashing somebody for missing out on a different career aspect. And then there's Punk too,
He
that is also
won
the
one.
same
He
thing.
won
I
one.
mean,
He won
I
one. He
mean,
won
Punk,
one match.
bro, the
He's
drive,
someone else.
like, bro, then he talked
He won
about
one
his
match
like
against
family
one
as
lady
well.
like that. Female UFC. Yeah.
Bro. And then coming for his family too, like bro, it was just people were just against Punk. Like he was just being a hypocrite at that point, guy. He came, he said that he does not want to make friends, he does not want to make family. But then you see him with pictures of what's the name of these girls? There's these girls that used to call him like that see him as his dad or something like that. He's always snapping with fans and the rest. Like people were like, bro, yeah, Perez, yeah. Then he was talking about Roman Reigns being like the industry or something, like he's bending a knee to the administration. Then you see Punk, who has resented the management from day one, taking photos with Triple H, laughing, and like people were just calling out the hypocrisy, and I was like, huh, this is actually nice. Then I don't know how many of you watched that interview. It's more like he did Roman did in a car like this. I don't know if you guys watched it before
Oh
WrestleMania.
yeah, on Twitter.
I
That
don't know
was
if
the
any
thing.
of you
I did.
Topi,
I did.
yeah,
Topi. I want to. Topi, can you hear me, please? I want to hold you on that thought so that I can give more elaboration on that because
Sorry,
I
before we
wanted to have.
continue, sorry, just one
I
thing.
actually wanted to. Actually wanted to have that video play on the show, but because of time and the fact that you brought that up, I did. I'm like I'm going to just talk about it because I had notes on that. Charlie, with
I
two
agree
things
with
actually,
Tope.
three.
Punk is a hypocrite. A
Now,
hypocrite.
talking about hypocrisy. That we know that we humans. That's why they say never because you don't know what you be hate, what you go call it, I call like. So like for him, I like
He
how
has done
Roman
it on too many
first off,
occasions.
first
You
off,
cannot let it slide.
I hated the fact that they apologize to themselves. I know that they want to create, oh, these are men that have grown up, no, but no, fuck that shit. I would have loved an apology after the match or after the whole WrestleMania. We apologize to each other and move on. But them apologizing a week or even 2 weeks before the event, I was like, why would you go out and apologize? But I love what Roman
Zebros,
did with
bro.
that video from that car when he went
Zebros.
all in on
Zebros,
Punk.
bro.
And then I
Zebros.
love the next one that happened when I believe was it
people,
Michael that interviewed
people,
Roman. Yes, Michael interviewed Roman before those the videos they were dropping during the 3 hours countdown show, which I consumed everything. And I love the statement he made when he was like, you come here, you talk about you making money, laughing at him like you call that money. I'm like, holy fucking shit. Where was this statement on doing the show? And he also mentioned the fact that he's talking
Thou?
about how he has money and everything. Who the fuck is he going to pass this money to? Which the fuck is he going to pass? He doesn't even have any generation to pass it. I'm like, holy fucking shit. He just touched on
bro,
Punk not having children and kids. And I'm like, he literally called Punk broke. Like
That was
Punk's
too
money
far.
is
That
no
was
money
too
for
far,
him.
though.
It's small.
bro,
Then he now also mentioned
see,
the fact that he has children, Punk doesn't have children. I'm like, the only
Samuel,
thing we remain now.
Punk is
Let me
actually
say
broke.
something. See, the thing about Roman is that if you want to go there, he's going to go there with you. And when he goes there, there's no coming back. That's the thing. Like Punk was the one that shot the first shot, calling out his father that was dead and all that, like insulting his cousin, him being a how should I say it is he's riding his cousins anyhow, this and this and this and this, bro. And Roman now did his own, and now everybody's pissed off. Like, why are you pissed off? You started this for crying out loud. Roman just had his own receipts, but his own receipts was more than yours, and now you're pissed. I mean, there's a reason why I came to apologize because he has lost the battle when it comes to world now. He has lost the battle because Roman, see, Punk is being a hypocrite when it comes to Roman case, right? Because he's also
When
doing
it
the
comes
same
to
thing.
Never forget.
everything, when it
But
comes to
Never forget.
everything, that man is a hypocrite.
I'll never forget.
One is that Punk, he's right. Punk does not have keys to pass on his money to. Besides, he's right again. Punk is even
You
broke.
pass it on to
This and
his
this and this
dog.
and this. So, it's just that
His dog is dead. His dog
Roman
is dead
has
now.
received for everything he said about Punk, but Punk is just basically insulting himself by insulting Roman too. So, for at the end of the day, guy, if you want to go personal with Roman, and Roman will go
Tribal
personal,
chiefs
and
money, man.
it's you that will
Tribal
get
chiefs
affected at
money.
the end of the day. It's you that will get affected. I mean, imagine him winning a match without him needing his cousins. To tell you how weak you are
Exactly. Say
compared to him,
would they say, would
it's
they,
just like,
don't talk to us about my tribal chief, man.
bro. He's trying to tell you
See,
that. He's trying to tell you that it's
Tribal
like oh,
chiefs
forget
money,
forget
man.
the fact
Tribal
that
chiefs money.
it's
Don't
like
compare
this.
that.
It was like forget the fact that we are zebras and all that bullshit. But then when it comes to one on one, I'm your dad, I'm your boss. I
yes,
mean,
man.
like, bro, he
Wait,
proved to everybody that he does not need help to beat Punk, and he whooped Punk,
Because
bro.
Punk is
you
no,
call them
an
No
zebras?
old,
distraction,
broken old man.
Even though
no
they don't
foul
see eye
play,
to eye.
bro. When was the last time Roman like there was no foul play in the match? Roman stood 10 toes, looked at Punk eye to eye, and he whooped his ass so bad. He
Whoop
whooped his
his
ass in front of
head.
his family,
Guys,
belt
Old
to
man
do we realize
Punk.
crown.
that?
Bro.
Guys, do we realize that for the very first time in Roman Reigns' life since he became the tribal chief, they no touch the ref. The ref
That's what I'm
distracted was the
saying,
ref that
It
finished.
bro.
was even Punk
There
that
was
tried
no
to double cross the
interference.
ref.
There
It
was
was
no
Punk that tried
distraction.
to slip a low blow.
Bro, Punk
Bro,
was like,
Old
there
bro,
was
ass
no,
I
there was
go do
man.
no
him anyhow.
distraction.
Punk.
Even if there's blow to do.
Last man standing match against Brock at SummerSlam. He took his cousins to pile up the chairs and tables on Brock for Brock to stay down, and he needed none of that
He
against CM
will
Punk. Guy,
be.
do you know how
CM Punk is
disrespectful
a
that
bomb.
is,
CM Punk
bro?
did an elbow on top the announce table and Roman Reigns still won. That man is he should retire. That see, he sounds like a grandfather when he talks. All those people, see, you know that meme. You know that
God,
meme that was like,
God.
corruption is wrong if I'm not involved in it. That's exactly what CM Punk does. All this nepotism, all this corruption that they're doing behind the stage,
Jesus.
it is wrong until he's the one that is winning world championships and main eventing WrestleMania.
Come on,
Boy,
All of a sudden now, WWE is not the
he
devil
come on,
got
again.
bad
come on,
promo for
Get
come on.
out,
years.
get out.
Come on, I want to say something. I want to say something. Punk said Roman needs his bloodline to win a match. This nigga has forgotten that he had Nexus that had up to 7 members.
Listen,
He had Paul Heyman, and there was time he
This
had
Ed
Biggie
Society.
too, Biggie and
leave
AJ Lee.
Nexus,
Like
sef. Leave
this
Nexus.
nigga
Do
has
you
This
forgotten
remember
that
man,
this Ed
he had
Society?
leave
this nigga has
Nexus.
forgotten
Shield.
that
This WrestleMania Gongon that he just fought, this WrestleMania Gongon that he just fought, did he not have to low blow Roman Reigns to even stand a chance? Thank you that you
God.
even said it.
This
He's the one that created the shield for his own protection because he knows Pepsi Fuel cannot handle it alone. If they overarm,
bro.
bro,
This
then
nigga,
every
this
time
nigga
he
Nigga
go
for
forgot.
borrow,
football.
I think he has forgotten that he has
Come
more
You
on, bust
there?
my
faction.
head.
see when he went to
He has more
when he
faction.
went to the
Say
UFC,
that
He
that
has
nobody
more
went to
faction.
back him. When he went to the UFC, that nobody
See,
was going to back him. Nobody could come and run
Boys,
interference.
see.
All of a sudden now
Alpha,
he
wait,
could
wait.
not hold the own.
let's come
Alpha,
back home.
Samuel.
Let's come
You
back
guys,
home. We are
Punk
dreaming.
has forgotten.
See,
Punk has forgotten.
let's come back home.
Wait now, let
Guys,
me finish.
guys.
Punk has forgotten that he had more faction than Roman Reigns. The only reason why he brought it up is that he's jealous that none of his faction was as dominant as the bloodline. The nigga is jealous that none of his faction was as dominant as the bloodline.
That the
That's why
faction he's
he's
trying
just
to
there
create
spewing
is what
nonsense.
created the
You had,
bloodline.
bro, you had Nexus, and it took just John Cena and John Cena and himself. It took just John Cena to destroy the whole Nexus. And he's here spilling nonsense. Bro, the bloodline was dominant for 4 years. 4 fucking years. That nigga is just jealous. He's a
If you think
jealous.
about it, CM Punk is the reason why the Shield existed, and because of the Shield, that's why he's jealous. He's jealous that the bloodline that he tried to created what actually became what he wanted, and it was bigger than what he even wanted. That guy should get
Bro,
out. And The part that pains him the most is that he did not even want Roman.
All right,
He
boys.
wanted
I
Chris
think
Hero. And look at
please,
what happened to him.
guys,
Leave my Pepsi feel alone.
Nothing like that. CD Cup must go down.
I can't.
all right,
Sorry. Can I say something? Can I say one last thing? Can I say one last thing?
Michael,
Just
before you say
one last
something,
thing.
I
It will
just
be
want
short.
to.
It will be short. It will be short. Like
I
less than 2
understand.
minutes.
Yes, I'm giving you
That's what they all
you
say.
are getting the opportunity to talk. I know that, but I just want to kind of like inform us because today is a big show, right? We have I mean, come on, we have a whole lot of things to get in on the show, but we wouldn't be able to achieve them if we all talk at the same time. And I really want to respect the emotions and everything. I love the fact that almost everybody, like almost half of the crew right now, are making their return on the show for the first. Like this is the first time we're doing something like this for the first time in almost 5 years. So I can understand like everybody wants to get their shit in, and I get that fact. But let's just whoever is talking, let's let the person finish, and then you can address it when it's your turn. Like, oh, I want to address what you said that time, and I would love that, more of a debate type of thing. So Michael, back to you. I know you want to say something, but just add that. I don't know if you reacted to the main event, but if you have, just say what you have to say so that we can just get back on the show. Thank you so very much, guys. I appreciate all of this.
Okay, so
Let's go.
I just want to note that I actually like CM Punk, and let's even okay. Let me just summarize it by saying when I first started watching him 2011 2012, I didn't like the whole persona because he was a heel, and I had a strong dislike for heels. But like as time went on, like his career and everything, I had like grown to respect him. And when he returned November 25th, 2023, 2024, it was basically, I think it was 2023. Yeah, I think it was basically one of the best nights of my life. And I'm the kind of person that, like, wrestling wise, I am not somebody that I would allow the fact that I like somebody um cloud my judgment. Everything you guys have been saying about CM Punk, about being an hypocrite, absolutely spot on. But we're human beings, and we're all hypocrites in our own rights. I'm never going to lie. Yes, he's an hypocrite. I agree with every single thing. But because of that, eh, I don't think he deserves this much disrespect. He's still CM Punk, and he has still done a lot for the business, especially WWE. So fine, he's an hypocrite. But who isn't an hypocrite? That's the point. That is the point here. So I just
My
feel the whole
tribal chief
ripping.
is no
I feel
hypocrite.
ow. do you
My
want me? Do you want me
tribal
to? Do
chief
you
is
want me
not
to?
a hypocrite.
Do you want me to go? I don't want to go into that proper, but I
Let's
get what you
I'll
talk
guys
tell
to
are
you
saying,
who's
let's
and I
not a
talk
agree.
to
I
hypocrite.
agree.
let's
Oba
talk to
I
this.
agree.
freaking
I agree.
Kenny
I
is not
agree.
a hypocrite.
I
He's
agree.
the ruler.
All right, guys,
Fine,
let's
no
get back on
problem.
the show. Michael, thank you so much. Commentator, thank you so much. Topi, you're still here. Thank you so much. I would this show, this podcast, actually, this particular stuff, we'll be doing this for years. But I really understand where all of this emotion is coming from because Punk, I know for sure, even him go no say yes. First, the fact that he returned to this company is the number one hypocritic move he could ever pull. Because
Thank you.
after what
Thank you.
after what this company did to you, the man that
After all
owned
the
this
shit
company
you talk,
did all the bullshit to you, and you return to pro wrestling after 7 years, not to this company, but you wanted to give him the biggest fuck you, and you went to
thank
his competition,
you.
and you went in there and collected the biggest payday because of Punk. I know Cody is so, Cody has moved on. Cody is one of the good people we have, but I'm very my conspiracy theory, how do they call it? Conspiracy theory is that because Punk came in, they used to call him GM Punk. He pushed out Jericho. He pushed a lot of people that were in power because he became the favorite toy. And the person that owned AEW understood the assignment. Oh, McMahon fired you on your wedding day. They send your fired letter on your wedding day. You're able to pull your wife out of the company. You said a lot of shit. You went on the podcast. You literally ran down that company. You almost destroyed. See, at the end of the day, Rollins is the good one in all of this. Rollins pointed out
Yes.
all this bullshit. Rollins was that, Oh, even if you had loved this company, these fans never deserted you. They loved you. They kept on chanting your name for all the years you were not here. But what did you
And what
do?
did you
Your
do?
own
Spit
to
on our
stay
face.
home, you were destroying the company. What if we never who stayed back and kept this company running? Me, Roman. Roman was booed for years. If person
My
for quit,
bad,
if for
like
be
for
Roman, he never left. He never left. He stayed. He did the job. The same company that you left, we take all the bullshit, belt it, and when you for come back, when you for come back,
no,
come with if you don't build that. Now you went to AW, you collected all those big money payday, but you could not work with children. If you think, what do you think hard work is all about? You think it's all about taking and taking? You have to receive it. So if you want big money, work with children. You did not do what to do that one. You say another fuck you and you left. But thank God for Nikan, thank God for Triple H, thank God for TKO. Those ones are just focused on money. They don't care even if they have to fuck the devil. As long as the devil will bring in money, they will fuck the devil. Those Nikan, one of the shrewdest businessmen. Nikan, Mark Shapiro, Ari Emanuel, The Rock, like, okay, Alpha, this thing we want to do. Even if they will offend God, he go bring money come, they go say yes, oh yeah, let's fuck. They will do it. And they knew that Punk has left this other company again. He's a free agent. We can get this business done. This guy will bring in money. Can we bring him in? But he's not going to be he move. He come. That was why his first promo was. He knew very well that I have come back to where I'm not supposed to come back to. What did he say the first night he came in? I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money. So that we can forget that you said all of that. That was why Punk Rollins were like, fuck this nigga. Fuck you. Oh, you don't come back now. And he came back getting the biggest pay. So we know all of this, and you see him since he came back. He decided to be. He's been a good boy. He knows that. Oh, Omo, true. Life. He's a change man, right? But you know what? When it comes to IWC, we forget. And so we forgive, but we don't forget. So sometimes you get something when they talk, like, oh boy, you know when you're gonna talk this one, though, you're supposed they know how they slide in with it. We let you. That's why Roman was right. I let you. Who do you think they came to meet when they wanted to bring you back? Because you have to meet important people. So Alpha will bring and come back, Alpha will bring and come back. But Roman wanted to become $1 billion, cash. He won't collect big money. He gonna say, if Punk come in, he go sell t-shirts, he go make money for us. Let's bring him in. I don't get why. Keep him away from me. And they kept me away from him for almost how many years. So I get where all of this is coming from, but I don't just want the whole thing to just paint Punk, because Punk on the own a bad time. That was the point of the head no correct. And it's just a whole thing. That's why I don't even feel even someone like Cody to get I have grabbed him. That was why I don't know if you know this very well, but remember when Cody came back and the first time he's going for the championship and he was challenging Roman. I very vividly I was saying on this podcast that if they give this championship to Cody now, I would literally like it to be the worst thing, because you can't build Roman all of these years and then hand it to the one guy that almost want to kill the business with AEW, right? I said that, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. The moment the referee hit 1, 2, 3 and Cody lost, I felt for him as a human. I'm like, oh fuck shit. I mean, after all this he lost, come back, he still lost.
No,
but because at that time, I weeks leading up to that match, I was like, oh, Cody needs to lose.
No.
I don't want him to win. But when he lost, like I felt for him as a human being. I'm like, oh shit.
Well, see, but guys, if I'm being very honest here, I love when you put a scale of CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. I love CM Punk more than Cody Rhodes. But we're being honest. Yeah, CM Punk deserves the hate more than Cody Rhodes. Because in Cody Rhodes' defense, he wasn't happy with how the company was treating him. They were actually treating him like dog shit.
This one wasn't happened to you.
But now the thing is, CM Punk had a
they fired one.
No,
they released one asked for release. Two different scenarios.
Now two different scenarios here. But before CM Punk,
See,
was already
if CM Punk was given the Stardust treatment, I will understand the way he's feeling.
He was already WWE champion for like 400 plus days. Man, nigga was already
beating
like.
You.
No, but it was beating the likes of The Rock and John Cena. Cody Rhodes never held a world championship.
Thank you. He was a punching bag for 8 years.
Those money in the bank ladder matches. CM Punk had a match with Randy Orton at WrestleMania he had an intercontinental championship. Bro, Cody Rhodes already had, CM Punk already had championships to his name. I'm a CM Punk fan. I mean, huge CM Punk
He beats the real.
fan
He beats the real. He
from when
had
he
feud
started
with
at
Cena
Ring of
and
Honor.
other things.
But the thing here is, CM
Yeah.
Punk has always been a hypocrite. No, he has always been a hypocrite, straight from Ring of Honor. And there are some callbacks I would
Definitely.
mention, but I don't think you guys would know. But he has always been a hypocrite. Even when he was in the secret, even when he was in the Straight Edge Society, he has always been a hypocrite. Now that is why when he went to AEW, those guys, in my honest opinion, those guys are not children. Those guys just don't like CM Punk because they know what CM Punk has done. John Moxley said it himself that you cannot come here, win the belts after we've witnessed you leave a company that treated you like gold for a while just because things didn't go your way and they filed you. You now want to now ruin their name. You want to come here and take our own championship and do the same. No, sir.
Thank you.
That's why Hangman, John Moxley, and this boy, Jack Perry, did not want that. They say, you are the goat or whatever you want to call yourself, but you're not going to do that here in AEW.
What did MJF say to him?
Yeah, even MJF promo was
very
brutally honest.
selfish. If you really think about it, it's very selfish.
Yeah, now you go back to WWE, you get the opportunities and blah blah blah. Now you have your moment to Marines. Now you see the thing now. My first issue with CM Punk's promo was calling Marines father. That was a little bit too much. But okay, you want to make it extreme. Now CM Punk, now you come out and be like, honestly, you're like, oh, you didn't succeed in succeed in NFL, sir. You failed in UFC. You had the shield and
I feel like Roman was too lenient with him.
See, because he
very,
was very,
very, very.
Apologize to your cousins. Did you apologize to the other people?
Sorry. If I may.
Yes.
One thing, CM Punk is basically a man that lives in a glass house but loves to throw stones.
Yes. Word.
CM Punk, Daniel, you said AFK, you exactly said what I wanted to say. What do you mean? Because you did not give every single time you hear him complaining, it's not that they gave him a sad storyline or that they made him into Stardust or they made him a jobber.
Bro.
Because they did not want to keep you as champion forever. Person no go hear word. Because they stripped you to for the Rock of all people. We're not talking about the gobbledygooker or Kurt Hawkins, or we're talking about you dropped the title to the Rock. They now gave you Undertaker as a WrestleMania feud, and somehow, yes, you should have been in the World Championship picture. Yes, they missed the ball with you a lot, but two things can be true, Oga, and the one that is true against you, the fact that you go along, the same person that came and was like, I'm not here to make friends, I'm not here to make money, but you're shouting, lower the ticket prices. How do you think they are paying your fat salary, Oga? See, the guy, God has God, like, somebody that he seems like he likes to, he complains, he nags. Bro, you already like, and I will not lie, there are sometimes that CM Punk, he does know. CM Punk is one of the best on the mic, one of the best in the ring. But at the end of the day, like I said before, two things are true. God.
You remember Justin said it in his pipe bomb that you're not the voice of the voiceless. Bro, you're rich. You're not the voice of the voiceless anymore, bro.
How can you
you are silencing people now.
He said you are like the New York Yankees. God, I beg.
Jesus. Punk now is the Yankee of his own now. He has turned into the Yankees of his own. Okay, see.
Yeah, so
but it be like saying with the para this night.
Guys,
no, see, Punk, because I was thinking about this earlier today, like when I was going to work today. This thing was in my brain. I was like, almost CM Punk, if you really, really deep into this guy is a check. Oh God. Like today, now coincidentally now came into this podcast. What I'm talking about, I was like, God really wanted me to vent about this guy today. He just needed to hear this. If somehow he manages to hear this.
It's crazy because at this point, this is why I don't even know what I'm going on with, but this is why personally I love this show because I can come in here with all of the notes and I'm ready to go in on different topics and I end up on one topic for the 2 hours and I'm like, let's just fucking go, because this is why only one show cannot do everything, but we'll try to stick back in, because to me people like Punk, people like Roman, people like Cody, people like, in fact, any of the wrestlers, you can do a podcast on just analyzing one career and why this, this, it's a whole lot. But to get the show back on the road, from one man that got fired but took his own personal, worked on himself, came back and made the biggest business out of himself. Literally, his contract expired, and TKO mailed his contract with a new sword, signed, sealed, delivered to him by the, I was about to say tribal chief, but not the tribal chief, by the who was the Rock's title?
Final boss.
And the final boss.
The final
boss himself delivered this contract to him, had this contract signed in front of his family and his wife when they had a dinner. And you know what I'm talking about here? In Drew fucking McIntyre. Drew fucking McIntyre, to me, is no fucking hypocrite. If you're talking about hypocrisy here, that man has been giving himself the truth. And for somebody, if there's anybody that should be bitter right now in this company, that should be Drew McIntyre. But I've never seen anybody so grateful, so focused on himself. That dude was punching back for the entire tribal chief era. He got,
oh my God, Drew McIntyre.
How many moments where they take from Drew? But Drew has always been a man that
much more.
Drew and KO are the top. Drew, KO, and Roman Reigns are my top 3 guys in the 2020s. They have carried.
Even nature took moments away from Drew, but Drew still fought still. My goal was that, oh, people don't come back for WrestleMania. WrestleMania 37, I was like, oh, let him have this moment. But the company already moved on with Lashley. They still took it away from him. It took them until 2024 that they had to give him that moment in front of the crowd. And what happened? They took it away from him 5 minutes later. Drew, to me, Drew hasn't have that WrestleMania moment, that moment when everybody ran around him till the very end. And what happened? The 1 year this finally happened, this year, January. Before the time, no. We need to get to the Cody. I need to tell you the truth. If we stuck with the original plan that we had that they were supposed to do, which was supposed to be Randy, Cody, Drew, and Sami Zayn.
That would have been better.
We're not going to hear the complaint of the guy.
And then Randy.
Imagine the promos. You know what, Sammy was doing great promos in the back. I think I was more excited every Friday night just to watch what Sammy has to say.
So
right?
Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes their moments.
Now that the Trick and Williams will now have the moments, and then we will have. We're not going to hear the talk Pat McAfee.
Night one would have actually.
Imagine what Drew would be saying in promos during this feud. Imagine what Randy would be saying. Imagine what even Cody would be saying.
And now the thing is, it would be more logical for Randy not to listen to the voices, because he will be like, the one time I get my opportunity to maneuver WrestleMania, Cody Rhodes now swoops his way in. Now I'm going to punt kick you. You too, Sami Zayn. It would be a logical reason why he wants to now listen to the voices.
Because Sami Zayn was already saying it. Sami Zayn was like, I think he met Randy Orton.
Yeah.
He was like, how can you come here and tell me Cody is your brother, Cody is your friend, Cody is your student and everything, and it not take you 2 seconds to have him and take the opportunity to go to WrestleMania? How is that even possible? And they put me and now Randy Orton said, this is why I am the 14-time world champion and you have no championship world championship to your name. And I'm like, fuck, that's so hurtful. Like, this way trying to understand where they go. He go meet Cody. How far? You know, go tell me say then Randy this thing, and you have to low blow to get championship back. That's what I know for you. Go tell and say this is why you never get even one championship to your name, because you will never remain for this backstage. This is where you remain. If you don't know, there are things you do to get to the top. So then the person, so this is why you are the golden boy. So you need to do things. So must I do the things to get to the top? I needed that story, but they never did anything to that, right? They moved on and they took this championship away from Drew to put it back to Cody to get this nonsense we actually got here. But I now see Drew complain. Drew now had Fatu to deal with. Now we're getting to the Drew Fatu match. Now, Drew now for years has been relegated to having matches at WrestleMania that is meaningless. From Happy Corbin to who did he have in I think WrestleMania 39 itself. He was they even I beg self. They even carried Drew push for that Gunther Sheamus match last minute, and that became one of the best match for that show. And I don't know for 40, what did he do in 40? Can you remember
That's
what
when he
did
now
for?
lost the title in 5 minutes when he beat Rollins.
Okay,
Because
we
of
beat Rollins in
Punk.
5 minutes. And then, okay, that was a great. Okay, yeah, that was
Yes,
a great. That was kind of like a great
That's
moment.
My
that's
Then,
a very
God, why
awesome.
do you keep on doing my
then
boy
41.
dirty like
What
this?
did you do in 41? What
What
did
do
you
you
do
mean
in 41?
41?
You see how hard it is to remember what. I don't even know what
Ah,
you did in
God,
41.
no, this is
What did
wrong. This
you
is
do?
so
Okay,
wrong.
yeah,
This is so
41. It
wrong.
was a straight fight with Damian Priest.
Yes, and that was a
Yeah,
banger match. I can't
yeah.
lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now
See,
42.
do you know it's funny?
This
I
was
don't
the
even
year.
remember.
This
I
was.
don't even remember.
As I
God.
said,
You
I do
see how
remember the match. I do remember the match,
you
as he
see
said.
how hard.
I actually don't remember the match.
You see how hard it is to forget. But this
I
guy
don't
never
remember
forget.
too. I don't remember.
Then the 42 where supposed to go, where supposed to face for belt. Yeah, he is.
They didn't even
Trying to put Fatu over. So
they
He
they
is
didn't
the
even they didn't
champion.
even
Let
have
me go
blood
to
in
that.
an unsanctioned match. Think about it. There was not a drop of blood in an unsanctioned match.
Bro. Like
But
they
the
were
match that
so
is a
safe. I was
regular
saying it.
situation, just
Guys,
fight
can you hear
for
That
the
me? Guys, can you
title
hear me?
that
Guys, can
of
you hear me?
Randy and Cody.
that was
Blood
like
is
the
everywhere.
safest. That was like
In
the
my honest,
safest
yeah,
unsanctioned match I've ever seen.
guy, in
Even
my honest
Kyle
opinion,
O'Reilly
yeah.
and Adam Cole in NXT was more wicked than what we were.
let's not go that far.
See,
All right.
if I'm being,
Okay.
if I'm being very
Guys.
honest,
So I'm gonna give the mic to everybody. Let AF get something, and then we'll go straight to commentator to review so that we can move on.
if I'm being very honest, the way Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre were trying to, I don't know if I can use that word, the word here, but the way they were trying to end each other's existence on the week of SmackDown, I thought that their
Yes,
WrestleMania match, even if blood no day, I thought these niggas would trash, if not the
that their ball
stage,
was more
trash
brutal than the actual
backstage,
match they
fight
had.
bro. Who remember when the Miz and Shane McMahon fought?
Oh my God.
These niggas
The
went to the
fucking Miz.
highest platform
The fucking Miz.
and
Thank
threw each other
you.
off that point. And you're telling me Jacob Fatu and Jumanji that have been swearing to each other that they will end each
The
other's
best you can
existence.
have
And then they
is a
end
moon
on the
sort of
table.
on the slim
Man,
gym
on
table.
a
Oh
table.
God.
On just a table. Sir, you should have ended that
We're
match on
actually
a
talking. We're
car
talking about.
or
We're talking
on one
about
of the
two.
stage lights. Or you should
We're
have,
talking about
bro. I
two of the most
expected
violent
carnage.
men.
See,
Two of the
honestly,
most
speaking, I didn't
violent
Thank
men
expect
in the
it.
you.
company.
Guys, I did not
Ah
expect it.
no.
Honestly speaking, if I'm being honest, I didn't expect it.
TKO
I
is really
expected
doing
total
us dirty.
carnage. Like I wanted those guys to physically enjoy. Like I wanted those guys to fight to the point where we will not hear from them for like 2 weeks because those guys were too badly hurt.
Exactly.
They are bruises on their
Exactly.
body. But then I am seeing Claymore kick, chair, toolbox, table. What? Where to be this? This is not what we advertised. This is not. Oh, but when you promise your son that I'm going to get you a new gaming console, like I'm going to buy you a new gaming console, and you send your son pictures of the gaming console you sent, and your son is so excited, and then you buy Sega for them. As well, take this is what I could afford. Take Sega.
Yeah, I swear to God, you are
That
so
is literally
accurate.
what
You read my
I was
mind.
so excited. Jacob Fatu looked like he was ready for war. Jumanita
What do you
was
mean an
locked in,
unsanctioned
and I
match
was
not
like,
get
"Oh
to
yeah,
15
now
minutes?
which instrument are we using to enjoy each other?" And I'm seeing chair, toolbox,
It's like
table.
it is like they
Honestly
didn't
speaking,
learn from Sammy and
sir,
KO last year.
Two
Kevin
two two
Owens. Oh,
works and
this
he
boy
did
they
not
read
bleed
my
from
mind.
the reins.
This
Imagine.
boy they read my mind.
Exactly. See
What
Sammy
the
Ah
and
hell?
KO
God.
last
What
year.
the hell?
See
Then
Sammy
why
and
call
KO
it a
last year.
sanction match if the match is sanctioned? Why call it a sanction match if the match looks sanctioned? Because the match looked like
How can
almost.
an unsanctioned match
Well,
go only 12 minutes? Think
commentator,
about it.
Carmen, Car- all right, Carmen. I know you are the next in line to react to this match, because this is one of those ones I was like, now talk about sanction. It was an unsanctioned match. We were like, okay, we're gonna if they could do all of this craziness, and even on Friday before this match, Jacob pulled up with the police escort, and I'm like, oh fuck, that means these guys will kill themselves.
Like,
And
at least now police go separate them.
now, while the match was going on, I was like, okay, no blood. Okay. They don't bring spanner. They don't bring toolbox. Drew was running away from the toolbox, and I was like, oh, if they get a punk did to him with all the staples and all of that, okay, I'm like, cool, fine, and all of that. But I was like, at the end of the day, I'm like, okay, so no blood. I can understand why they want to do blood. I'm like, okay, seeing what they did in the main event, how bloody the main event was, I'm like, okay, Triple H should do less is more, let's save up the best for the last. I could understand that point. But these guys, you cannot call it unsanctioned and they are in the ring alone and the ring side alone. What's happened to the crowd? What's happened to them? Gonna let police self go to drag this guy, say, waiting they happen. Let this what was going on. But well, before I give you the match, the only thing TKO can sanction is that they had a record breaking. So this is from the manager for partnership and marketing at WWE, Kyle Masteloni on LinkedIn. He said WWE was back in the saddle in Vegas this year for WrestleMania 42, and what a week it was. A huge thank you to the record-breaking 32 partners activating in show and all around the city. The 106 72,000 fans at Allegiant Stadium, 2 nights of epic action, and the colleagues across departments who worked tirelessly to make the grandest stage of them all live up to fuck this press release. But one of the things I want to get you to get your mind here is that this is their focus. 32 record-breaking 32 partners. Do you know what that means? All those adverts where you see this is their focus. Very soon, the wrestlers will be having partners in the complete Slim Jim table. Very soon, they will carry tattoo of partners for skin. Men will know they want to monetize.
Did you see the one about Finn Balor? Did you see the one about Finn Balor?
That is their focus. Now, very soon, maybe the demon Finn Balor, they go tattoo Slim Jim here. You go to do tattoo of the very soon, because I'm like, why are we so? I understand the business is all about making money.
Imagine Finn Balor having a huge
Slim Jim table
on the back of his painting.
So I was watching this, everything, all the things they pulled out from had all the match was sponsored. We know that one. The ring match. Did you see how dirty the ring match was? Because sponsors everywhere. I'm like, Jesus, before it used to be only one. Now, and then they'll put one or two. They don't on USC.
Don't on USC ring now.
What is going on? So, come on, take it away. Like, what was your taking when you're watching this match going on?
You've already said it now. You've already said it. It is the UFCification of WWE. The moment the soul of WWE got sold to TKO began to. Oh my God, like imagine, why should we care about how many partners WWE had? Since when was that any of our business? Or tell me how you announce that and it's supposed to gas up any of us. Like, the only thing that I even felt they should have put on the ring, apparently that green t-shirt guy and a couple other people had their names written on the mat. That makes sense. I don't care about Riyadh season. I've been seeing Riyadh season on TV and different places for years now. I don't know what the hell that is. What is a ram?
Now you do.
Now you know.
Like, they're advertising. If you want to even slap something on this or a movie or a series on the SmackDown mat, put Invincible. Put something that we actually care about. Why are you putting the sixth Ghostbusters that has the exact same story? Nobody care about that. There are some things that you can ignore. God knows, I could even ignore it when it was on the mat because yes, UFC has desensitized our eyes. But the tables, oh my God! The day I saw that Slim Jim table, I was like, these people are taking the piss. They were seeing it on the turnbuckles. Even if you don't have it on the hardboard, exactly on the ladders, the fireball ladder. What the hell is a fireball? What are we doing? What kind of advert? Like, you know that kind of thing where you're watching a movie and then you start noticing that why is this guy always drinking the beer with the logo facing the camera? Like, this is a WWE show. As far as your name is even in the ads, if your name is mentioned, imagine they were in the runtime of WrestleMania, they spent more time, like the cumulative ad time on WrestleMania was longer than the cumulative match time on WrestleMania. How is that? What are we doing? It doesn't make any sense. At this point, it better make you just watch highlights, because at the end of the day, people that are actually watching the show, they are watching highlights too with you. The highlights is almost the same as the actual show. So you might as well. Like, come on. And see, somebody has to do something. And you see, because and the truth is that this is just a problem. It's not just a problem with TKO. It is a problem with corporations. It's a problem with America. It's a problem with any form of entertainment you see these days. Imagine these days, Netflix, there's a paid version that still shows you ads. Like, what are we doing? What are we really doing?
You ain't escaping them ads, bro. You are not
What do
No,
you
escaping.
no
mean?
art
What
escapes.
do you mean? What do you mean? The entirety of the wrestling, WrestleMania,
The movie content.
is just a little over an hour and like 8 minutes or somewhat. Imagine an unsanctioned match didn't even go 15 minutes. The
On the
longest
Well,
first
I
match,
was
match.
hearing, I was
the
hearing,
longest
I
match,
was hearing, I was hearing stats like WrestleMania lasted 3 to 4 hours, but the matchups did not get up to. We did not get up to like 1 hour. I'm like, so wait,
it got
what?
He's
to, it
right.
didn't get to
He's
an
How
right.
hour and
much?
a half. It didn't get to an hour 20
1
minutes.
hour. It was 1 hour 8 minutes. He's very right.
Thank
Out of
you.
a
One
4 hour
hour,
show.
Imagine
8 minutes for a 3 hour
in a
show.
Out of a
That
4
4 hour
hour
that
show.
show.
that
4 hour
that should
show.
be a criminal offense.
I was
This is
saying
not even
something. I
Raw.
was saying something.
This is not even SmackDown.
I was saying something to someone that WWE should adopt that AEW does. Now, when you're watching AEW, they call it picture by picture ads, where as the screen is divided like this, one screen is
Yes, the way
dedicated
they
to
do
the
it
wrestling.
in like
Yeah.
football, when you just
Yeah,
reduce the
Yeah.
scene a little bit.
yeah, there will not be a
The
scroll
match
box for the advert. So
continues.
if you
Yeah.
care
The
about the
match
advert, you watch out.
continues.
If you care about the wrestling, you watch out. That's what
Yeah.
WWE should do because you cannot be taking wrestling
Yeah.
time to show me Slim
Apart
Jim.
from that,
And
Seth, apart from
what
that,
I'm
if
telling
you think about this,
AFK,
I'm like the wrestlers go through a lot. I understand, but there are some wrestlers now. They don't fight if it's not a pay-per-view. They don't fight if it's not a PLE. I can't remember the last time Roman Reigns had a match on Raw. Oh yeah, let's even leave Roman Reigns. When last did
Brock
CM
Lesnar,
Punk have
bro.
a match on Raw? No, Brock Lesnar is
Brock
even
Lesnar, man.
when last did
Like
CM
The
Punk
last time
have
Brock
a
Lesnar had
match
a match
on
on
Raw?
Raw, I don't think I was born.
Like
all right.
Gunther, Gunther has been he came back. You didn't even let him fight one person. Seth came back. You didn't even let him fight one person. Rhea Ripley, if not for like a week or two, Liv Morgan. Imagine throughout their feud. You didn't even let him fight one person. Ripley, if not for like a week or Liv Morgan. Imagine throughout their feud.
What's going on with this?
Real talk.
What's
Real
going on
talk.
with
Real
this?
talk. Real talk.
All right, Topi, can you hear me?
All right, Topi, can you hear me? Yeah, okay.
All right, so I know you've listened to all of these things that is going on.
All right, so I know you've listened to all of these things that is going on. That is good.
Yeah.
All right, can you hear me? Okay. So,
are you talking
Topi, I
to
know
me?
no, I'm talking to Topi. So you've listened to everything that is going on, and it's been a crazy one. And I know it's as if it's even as if it's even wrong to go into match by match at this point because it's more of like the pains and horrors and everything that has transpired. Like it's as if we
Anything
should
that
just
has
let
survived
this.
like that, we should just let it.
So, what was your take? What's your take on
what was your take? What's your on
Krew and Fatu?
Fatu?
I'm still talking over there.
Still talking over there.
All right, topic. Can you hear me?
All right, Topic, can you hear me?
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I can hear you.
Yeah. So I was asking your review on Fatu and Drew.
Wow. Not gonna lie, man. As much as I was hyped for that match, but it was just disappointing at the end of the day. Bro, like you can't like what this game commentator said. You can't call a match an unsanctioned man, and it just looked like a regular match. Bro, they had more violence on regular SmackDown when they threw themselves from that top building down. I don't know where they crash landed on, but then the main match, it was just there. No, there was no much fun. Like, the match was the two most violent. I think currently, yeah, if not for anything, Drew should be the most violent person in the roster currently. Then maybe two. You have two of them, and you could not drop banger. Like you are limiting their. Bro, see, there was a lot of things that they would have gotten right in that match, and they didn't even do any of it. So just basic. They didn't leave the ring. They didn't enter the audience. They didn't interact with the audience. I mean, the only thing Drew did that was like, okay, normal was when if he's fighting a match on a pay per view, he will pick up his phone and take a picture, right? But that's it. But the rest was just insane. But the match was just disappointing. I don't even like the match was just disappointing. It was just they like they said, even though you don't see blood, right? But there's a kind of actually there's a kind of like vibe an unsanctioned man supposed to bring. Take the likes of like okay, somebody mentioned Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. That's a perfect example, guy. But this one was just disappointing. And the fact that it's Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu, it was surprising too, because guy, these guys can put on when it comes to violence, like these guys can actually do that, but I don't know what TK was doing. I feel like maybe like you said, brand is sponsoring this. Whoever was sponsoring that match didn't want any of that. I was looking for less, which is not possible. But the match was just disappointing. Now, no, like there's a reason why I said night one was horrible for me. Night one was just too horrible because a lot of matches I was anticipating were night one, and they all disappointed, bro. Very disappointing match.
That's crazy. All right. So
That's all right. So
at this point, we are just gonna do
at this point,
rush through.
we are just
All right.
gonna
So guys,
do
AJ, Becky,
rush through.
what's your thoughts? We'll go
So
with
guys,
Michael on front.
AJ, Becky, yo, we'll go with Michael on the front.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Can you hear me?
Samuel, your
Yeah, we
sound
can.
seems to be echoing.
Samuel, your sound seems to be
Oh, I don't know.
echoing.
I don't know whether it's from my end.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, I don't
I'm
know.
not sure.
I don't know whether it's from my end. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Topi, I think you should mute yourself because I think it's bouncing back. I don't know
So
what's going on.
I think you should mute. I think it's bouncing back. I don't know what's going on.
All right, Michael, go.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so you asked for AJ and Becky. She
Yeah, AJ and Becky. Yeah.
on the previous podcast, I already said that I expected Becky to win, and that's exactly what happened. Like prior to them meeting for this three three previous meetings, AJ had tapped out Becky, so it was only normal that Becky was going to win, and that's what happened. Although I would have loved to see AJ win because you would have seen her enter feuds with Roxy, with Bailey. They have history together. But like I said, the only logical thing to happen because of the fact that Becky had lost three times was for her to win the title. And I kind of saw after she lost the title, I'm talking about AJ, it looks like she's going on a sabbatical or something. Or it even looks like she's leaving WWE for good because of what she said. But fingers crossed. I don't know, man. Because I'm like, does this mean we're not going to see you again? Because of the message he gave and everything. But fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. For me, the match was just there until like the ending where Becky was innovative enough to use the turnbuckle to her advantage to get the win. It was just there, to be honest. But in the end, it was exactly what I
Anyway,
expected, which was Becky winning.
Well, that's crazy. Topi, will your take on this?
Um, like like Michael said, yeah, the match was just there. Honestly, how should I even say it? At the end of the day, right? I'm sorry to bring this up, but Maurice is just right at the end of the day, because bro, he just came back when, and now you're going for a long again. That entire punk family is just weird because they're calling people for not being workers, and I mean, look at you guys. So yeah, but then
yeah.
like one is that yes, I expected Becky to win, and the fact that the moment I knew doing was when I saw that ref there, because Becky has history with that ref, and
Jessica
so I
Cow.
was like, Becky's going to use, yeah, Becky's going to use this to advantage, which she did, and she won the match. So like again, the match was just there. No, nothing special and all, except for the fact that Becky used her hatred for that ref to her advantage and won the match. So yeah,
Well, I don't know. You guys keep on, attacking the
It's a
family of
punk
the punk.
family.
AFK. I don't know what you have to say about this because I actually picked AJ to retain because I was thinking, like having a veteran like her come back and the matches we could see AJ and Roxanne, AJ and Liv. Okay, Morgan is already a champion. AJ and Raquel. We
Bailey.
have other people, Ivy Nile, like the matchups we could get with that, like having a veteran like but yeah,
so we would have
Well,
gotten AJ and Paige, but unfortunately, it's not happening again.
oh yeah, AJ and
Damn.
Peace. Well, the thing is, I knew for a fact that Becky was not going to be in the ring for a while. AJ, if I'm being honest, this might offend a whole lot of people. AJ is slightly washed up. She's not as good as she used to be. Yeah, she's not as good as she used to be compared to Becky. So I like the way the match ended. I honestly like Becky using her head and winning the match. I like it. I have no problem in that match. It was good. It was a good match.
all right. So moving on, the women, talking about the women, I was so excited about Liv Morgan and Stephanie Vake, and my goodness, did Liv Morgan bring the hit with that? And I was like, when I saw that she was performing a music video live on stage, I'm like, holy fucking shit, is she performing this when she have a match? I mean, that entrance was longer than the match, if I'm not mistaken. But like, I was like, that dude, that white dude is making every other simp in the stadium and around the world watching so jealous because he was having his hands all over Morgan. I'm like, my goodness, you would have not paid me shit. I would not have collected money to be in that position. I'm like, don't worry about my payments. Just let's do this video. Let's do this entrance. Let's get this shit on the road. And the best outcome we got. But like the match, I with the way these girls were, catch fighting and dragging her, and you would be thinking that it's gonna be a drag out war. 6 minutes, I mean, was it 8 minutes, or 7 minutes? I remember it was even
Around
up to eight.
6 minutes.
And
Six
I'm like,
minutes.
what are we doing? But 6 minutes. But here we are, Morgan champion. Now finally the bride, not the bridesmaid anymore. So like thoughts and reaction to this. I'll go with Michael on this one.
Okay, so the one thing that upset me about this match, I was expecting Liv to win definitely because she's Triple H's daughter. But the one thing that upset me about this match is the fact that Stephanie Verke was so nerved. Like they made her look like an average wrestler. Fine, you would say maybe the judgment they intervened and everything, but it still made her look like an average wrestler. Like the match seemed like a very very easy match for Liv, and it just didn't sit well with me because Stephanie is like much more than that. I used to watch her in CMLL and other companies before she came to WWE. much more than that. But I think it also boils like stems from the fact that they just they just reduced the women to no absolutely nothing. Because tell me why that match lasted 6 minutes, and the very next night you're having a match with Ruka that lasted 13 minutes. Look at the setup. But anyhow, like I said, it's what I expected, and Liv winning wasn't really a surprise to me.
All right. Guys, I think we should look at it this way.
I think we should look at it this way.
Do you think this company, let's look at, maybe I don't know if this is actually coming from Triple H, but I want to put the blame on him on this match thing. Do you think because before do you think they actually do calculate, okay, want to give you 20 minutes, and inside that 20 minutes the entrances are also slated in it? Because I want to understand, maybe them they calculate entrance and the match together. Because if that is so, that means Randy and Cody would be longer, because like, okay, maybe we are giving you 45 minutes, 1 hour. How many minutes did Randy take just to get to the ring? How many minutes did Cody get just to get to the ring? How many minutes was the match? Now, Liv Morgan, roughly at least 5 minutes or so just to do that entrance. Obviously, that RAM is very long and she's performing down there. What about Stephanie? How long did she take to get to the ring? Okay, when you do all the match listing, let's get the announcement and everything. Do you think they calculate all of these things and join together? That's how they are seeing it. They are not seeing just the match. Because explain to me why we would be like, why would we having like, when do we start having social matches?
Advertisement.
Then, Topi, your take on this match? I don't know. Did Topi give his reaction on Liv? No, he did not. Yeah.
No, he did not. Yeah.
More, like Michael said, right? They nerfed this girl. What's her name? Vaquer. Too bad, bro. And WWE has that habit of signing somebody from another company who is very flashy, who is very good, and you now bring the person to the main roster and turn the person into like a mere like, bro. There are some moves said that Vaquer has that we don't even used to see again, which is annoying. And in this
Yep.
WrestleMania match, I was expecting that okay, maybe she's going to go deep into her bag, but it was just the same move she was spamming over and over again. I think the only thing that was like that amazed me was when she did there was a this thing, a move she did from the rope that she now jumped on Raquel and what's her name, and Roxanne. I was like, bro, like okay, yeah, that's something. But then, bro, like you said, Triple H daughter. I expected her to win one, but then I expected that match to have. I mean, as much as I wanted that match to be, I prefer that match as the main event to Randy Orton versus Cody, which was dog shit. But bro, the way they just did Vaquer was just nasty, guy. They didn't even give her an opportunity to try because I expected her to go deep into her bag, bro. Like, nah, it was just there. And the fact that they even changed her team song too, bro, from that moment I knew that a lot of things was going on for her at the end of the day.
That,
But
that thing has been in my head.
let's just leave it as that. I just want to believe that. I just want to believe that they're still testing the waters. That's what I want to believe. Because that time you have somebody as good as Vaquer and you're like you just to that. I don't know if they discuss this. Like they'll tell you that don't do this move again, don't do this move again. Like, bro, that's basically how. Okay, take for example now. What's her name? Is it Chelsea Green, bro? Do you know how good Chelsea Green? I don't know if you've watched. There was a match between Penta and Chelsea Green. I don't know if any of you have seen this before.
Yes, Lucha Underground.
Has any of you seen that match before? Yeah, bro. Do you see how Chelsea Green was moving? You can't tell me that if you tell Chelsea Green that some couple years now that she'll be a jobber in SmackDown, somebody that was moving like that in Lucha Underground, bro. WWE has that habit. I'll not even lie, bro. Okay, take for example to this guy in this thing in NXT, Shakwan Sugars, the guy that is in what's the name of this group? Is it Dark State or something
MFT.
like that? Is it Dark State?
MFC.
No, Dark State in NXT. Is it Dark State that this called themselves? Forgotten what the I don't Samuel, you know what I'm talking about? That group in NXT. Is it Dark State? I think
Who's
it's
that?
Dark State they call themselves, right? Who's that? Is it Dark State they call themselves?
Yes.
Yeah, in NXT, that black guy, Shekon Sugars, this guy was fucking good in the
Who
indies.
are you
But
trying
look
to?
at what they've done to him. No, I'm saying that WWE has the habit of turning a star, someone that is very good, into a jobber on the main roster. That's why I said that with Sophia. I just want to believe that they are just testing the waters with her because that girl is fucking good. And I did see there were some particular move set I was expecting to see in that match that I didn't see. But then I'll just leave it as that because that match was actually still good, but in a way it was still disappointing at the same time.
Wow. I mean, crazy. Well, I feel like it's criminal offense because we still have more to go. So from one match, so from one match that had we expected something and they did not really give us what we expected, but ended it the way we wanted, to a match that we all knew what we had before going in Gunther and Seth Rollins. It's all about stories and it's WrestleMania. Well, they did not want to bring in um, Braun, even when they said he was being cleared. They went with Gunther. Gunther was supposed to have Mysterio. Mysterio is in the other match. Braun had out for injury, got back right on time, but they don't want to go there. And they gave us a match that we never thought we needed, but we got that instead. And that match was, I mean, I watched with family, and you need to see the way the room. And we had two people that don't watch pro wrestling, and they were in the room. And my God, those guys made those non-wrestling fans believe in pro wrestling with just that match. And I was like, you could have given me 10 more minutes of that match, I would not complain. In fact, give me 20 more minutes, I know that would be a lot. What do you do advance? Take a second. They were like, that was one match that was premium. That was one match that the word premium was there. So guys, I would go with AFK. AFK, you saw the match. What was the take on Rollins and
Gunther and Rollins stole the show. They stole the show. Absolutely. They did well. See, I have nothing bad to say about that show. They stole the show. It was a wonderful show. Wonderful, wonderful match, honestly.
Michael?
Yeah, okay, so definitely that was a match of the night. Had me on the edge of my seat from start to finish. So and even the whole angle that when it was going to happen, it was still very good. Like that was a proper wrestling match, and God, Seth Rollins is so underrated. Who saw his entrance where he wore dark contact lenses
When that
and
smoke was coming out from
and
that jacket,
yes,
I'm like,
yes, and
fucking
smoke.
goodness.
God, Seth Rollins is him. Seth Rollins is absolutely him. Mr. WrestleMania. I, I don't think I want to put
Yes.
Roman Reigns in that category. To be honest, I feel
No,
Seth is the
no,
modern day
no.
Mr. WrestleMania. Like that was so
Yes.
like he's him, and they give us a banger and rightfully so. I wanted Seth to win, but it made sense that Gunther won because he has lost in the last two WrestleManias, but that was a very very good match of the night easily for me. It was so good.
All right. So P, your take on that? So P, are you
Um,
there?
yeah, I'm there, yeah. Like, this is also, sorry. From from the moment I knew that match for no reason that match should be good. That's just what I'll say. And they didn't disappoint. And the fact that they even introduced Braun Breaker back makes sense. I like that. I like the fact that that was Bombeka coming back after a long spell out on injury and all that. Where do we now go from there? Because you created a feud between Gunther and Seth, right? Now that Bombeka is back, what will now happen to Gunther? Who is Gunther going to feud with? Because now there's no line. Forget the fact that the match was banging. There's now a little bit of confusion because like who is Seth Rollins feuding with now? But from watching Monday Night Raw, it seems like it's division is still going after. So what will now happen to Gunther? So what now happened to Gunther now and like all this kind of stuff. But overall the match was actually okay. Seth Rollins can never put on a bad match for you, don't worry. That one was that one was actually good. It was good, man.
All right. For the well, we are already we've crossed the 2 hour mark on the show, and I've just realized, like looking at my notes, I'm like, damn, like we have a lot to get in on this entire way, but we need to like be time conscious of this. So I'm gonna do it this way. Shout out to Jade Rhea for what it is. Jade improved. Jade shows that she has something in the tank. Shows that he has moves that we not see her use. I love she looked a bit improved. We need more of that. Rhea champion, cool. Sami Zayn, Trick Williams, was impeccable. In fact, fuck it. Let's talk about the match. Michael, I saw Trick coming in with all that robe. I'm like, this is fucking crazy. This dude is mad. Little Yali all over there, and Sami Zayn. The match ended. I was shocked with them going with Trick Williams being becoming champion. I'm like, they just had to end it there. So, like, what's the take on the hour? What was the take on that match? And I need to give a shout out again to
Well,
Finn Balor and Dominic for what they did for their match. It was impeccable. But we'll go with Sammy and Trick. What was the take on that?
a popular opinion for me is that I don't really enjoy watching Trick Williams. To be honest, his matches just feel a little bit bland for me. Even though he has like the charisma and the aura, the presence, people chanting his name and everything. So like to me, the match was just there. Although I expected Trick Williams to win, it was just there. And the reason why it was just there is the whole angle with Sammy, the fans turning on him and everything, and it just wasn't looking good. And I was even more pissed because the person that should be in the match that wasn't in the match was Camelo. Camelo had been the one carrying SmackDown for a long time now, and for him to not get a WrestleMania moment, it just didn't sit well with me. So I didn't really watch that match with much enthusiasm. I just watched it to like see it through, and as expected, Trick won the match. It was just there for me.
Um, well, maybe that was it. Before I go to Topi on this, I want to make an announcement that due to we crossing the 2 hour mark, because of I know the discussion on Cody, the TKO, Punk, Reigns, took a lot of our time, and we still have a whole lot of match topics to get in. And I want to make the announcement that we're supposed to have one episode a week, but due to this happening, we knew that okay, WrestleMania week we're gonna have 2 shows, reviewing the show and then having the post this thing on Sunday. But I'm announcing here that I will be back live on here. But the guys will not be joining on the next episode. I will join in. I'm going to have somebody, a non-wrestling fan, that I'm going to have watch WrestleMania night 1 and night 2, and the next episode you have on here, you have me. This is a wrestling fan that doesn't sorry, a non-wrestling fan. So having that perspective would be better to would be more fun to see how that turned out, and we're gonna go in on the rest of the card. But I would want to end with one match on this card, and then we also react to the aftermath of that match, and then we'll call it an episode here. And keep your thought. If you have not subscribed, subscribe to the channel, like, share, and hit us up, comment, and let us know, hear from you. And the next episode we're gonna still get in because it's still post wrestling. We still have SmackDown to go, so we can still have time. This content cannot die. WrestleMania talk cannot still die. So, Topi, We'd love to hear from you on your reaction on Sammy and Trick Williams, and then
Yeah,
we
and
would
then
all
we would all
final
final
show.
show. Um, well, I don't know. I thought I was the only one who was not feeling Trick that much. I think Williams is just based on his charisma and the fact that the fans love him, and in a
Mm-hmm.
way he has moves, but his bag is not just that deep. Spam the same move. What's the name of his finisher again? Trick
Trick
shot or
shot.
something like that. Trick yeah. Shot. But it's how should I say it? In a way, right? He got over, just like how Oba is over with everybody. The fans love him. They are singing to his song, but the difference between him and Obafemi is that Obafemi can actually wrestle like very well.
Exactly.
But then there's now Trick. Trick just takes beating, over beating, then one trick shot, and that's the end. I think the time I know that I enjoyed watching Trick fight was probably in NXT, especially his feud
Mm-hmm.
with this thing, his feud with Carmelo. Bro, those guys put on a show. Like they put on a show, guy, and it was nice. And also when that triple threat match, I think that was one of my best match last year. Obafemi
Stand and deliver.
versus Trick Williams. Bro, that match was peak. Like I was actually seeing Trick Williams fight, but now it's just there. But that's like I said before about Stephanie Vaquer. Maybe they are just testing the waters. That's just what I want to believe, that WWE is just testing the waters. So I'll not quickly judge immediately. I like the fact he's the one that won the United States Championship. I also wish that they would have involved Carmelo Hayes in that match, or it would have just been Carmelo Hayes versus Trick. That would have made sense. And the fact the fans are turning on Sami Zayn, I would not even like. I love that too, because nobody wants to see Sami Zayn pity party again. Every time I'm depressed, every time I'm going through this, every time I'm trying to find myself again. Like bro, this is not 2020 again, man. Getting fucked with that gimmick, abeg. But then, the match was just it was okay, sha. It was okay. I just like the fact that Liachi, right, was not heavily involved in that match compared to how
Involved.
McAfee
Yeah.
was heavily involved in Cody and Randy Orton feud. So yeah, the match was okay.
So I hear you. I hear you say that part. Like I see the way you react to it, and you just, when you are like drained and exhausted from day's job, and you're here doing the show and everything, you're like, oh, okay, can we just call it the show? And somebody says something, you're like, oh wow, I have more in me to go, and you couldn't have said it any more crazy because this is the story I was telling you about when you this is the story I'm talking about when I was saying I think it would have been better if we got this Sammy for the WWE United Championship with Cody, Drew, and Randy involved together, the four of them, because now this one you saw how the crowd was forced to get into Trick Williams just because they don't want to deal with Sammy's sorry excuse of the ass. Like we are just tired. Like and it's funny how the team always sneak Sammy into something. I'll talk about WrestleMania 40 with Michael and the Maximum on our two episodes ago. I was like, this was how it's supposed to be. Sammy, sorry, Gunther versus what's this boy, Chad Gable. But all of a sudden, Sami Zayn got the opportunity and ended that reign. And here we are, 1 year later, you couldn't even make the card, WrestleMania card, because you fell out of the rails, and they got you back into things, and it's as if it's just you just can't click this. And I'm like, I want that natural frustration. I was getting into the character the 3 weeks before everything changed for him, where he was like, I'm like, what should I do? What can I do? And you see how even Aleister Black was trying to tell him, trying to like, you have to go to the dark side. And you see how you just can't see the way he wants to. You don't even know how he wants to arrange himself. Like his friends, Cody is succeeding, and Randy out there is one of the mentors. That some people are succeeding. Like, yeah, it's Sammy. He lost the United States belts. You don't know where to go. WrestleMania is in front. He's not even making, like, in 2 years. I cannot make the card. Like, you just see this natural frustration, and I'm like, during Drew and Sam and Cody's match, I was like, Sammy needs to just let this and say, fuck all of you and just come here and attack the both of them and just literally spoil the match. But we never got that because they wanted to go into the Randy and Cody story single. Like, I feel it would have been justified if it would have been more amazing. I believe the story would have been crazy if you had this story of like Sammy, like literally has gone out of his mind because he's like, I am done with all of you pretending, saying that you are the good guys, that you are better than me, but here you are doing the bad things to scale ahead. Since all you say you cannot beat them, join them. Me, Steph, I don't join on to do crazy things just to scale ahead because I too want to make Wrestlemania. I too want to be champion. I want to go home and let my child also tell me daddy is also a world champion. Because this kind of kid know that I've never been a world champion. I need to get that story. And they just didn't give that to us. And they had to remove Melo just to get this story. And I'm like, what are we doing? And I appreciate the fact that you said that because that really got me more pissed off. Like, what's the whole craziness that happened there and all of that madness? And it's just a whole lot. And I don't know about AFK's reaction on this. I don't know if you have a reaction on this one because to me personally, I was like literally getting welcome back on set. I was like, AFK will take it away because this shit gets me so crazy.
What are we talking about?
Exactly. What are we talking about, Sammy?
Sorry. I had a call from home.
Crazy.
Yeah, finding out about becoming home soon, and I had to give assurance I'm coming. Okay. So Sammy and Trick. Honestly, I don't know why he gave Sammy the US championship when you could just have given Trick and Carmelo that opportunity. Sammy is beginning to really annoy me. I'm not feeling Trick like that. I mean, aside from his entrance, what really is he? Well, if you all hope that, I'm okay with it.
One of those things I wanted to address on this show, but I think I would rather move that to like the next episode where we will still have more on the card to address and all. And I personally wanted to take this moment once again to tell you guys thank you so much for taking your time to join us on the show. It's something that I would always wanted to do and all that. And thank you so much. And I know we want to I want to get back to things and all. But I don't feel we could end this without talking about the one match that got us excited for this entire season, which was Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar. But I need to confess something. Michael would bear me witness how excited I was for this match and how I already booked this match to end in 2 seconds, in 20 seconds, or in 10 seconds, if preferably. I still got the results. You like the child in me came out when Oba won. I was like, I was Oba at that moment. Like I was like, wait, he really won. Like they did this business. But the aftermath of the match, sucked everything out of me. I'm not sure I was able to. I'm grateful that the next match was another match, but it took me time to get back to the show because what transpired after the match really literally dragged it out of me because I was like, damn. I now felt like, oh, that moment, the post moment took away a lot of, like, it literally took away from the winning. Like, you know what they always say, they remember what happened last. Like I was more into like, oh, Brock, wait, is he retired? Like, is he retired? Like, yeah, it's Brock trying to cry, moving his hand. Like, wait, what? What am I like? What are we watching? And I was like, fuck. I no get strength to take another retirement again. Like, it don't do. What is it? And I just had that when I'm like, I was just go to play. So I was like, I don't know if anybody, because to me, Rosmina just tired me from that one. I'm like, I don't know if I was watching it by myself, like, I'm turning this thing off. But watching it from it, I just couldn't, like, yeah, that was crazy. So I want to start with Topi. What was your take when you, like, the match, the post match, like everything surrounding that moment? Like, what was going through your head when you were watching all of that shit transpire? Topi, can you hear me?
Yeah, okay. So sorry, I have a very terrible cough and catarrh. It's disturbing me. So yeah, um, before I go into the Oba versus Brock Lesnar fight, I would just want to say that I'm pissed that we'll not be able to talk about my second favorite match on that show, which was the ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. But let's leave that
But,
aside.
but,
Let's leave that
but,
aside.
well, well, well,
Let's leave
well,
that
well,
aside.
I can still
Let's
give
let's
you the opportunity to address that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's leave that aside for now. So yeah, the Brock versus Obafemi match, right? I loved it from beginning to end. The build up of that match, 10 out of 10, bro. 10 out of 10. The only time that they gave Obafemi mic to go one on one with Paul Heyman, that nigga delivered. He delivered, bro. Like everybody's behind him. Like, bro, just like how should I say it? When Brock broke the Undertaker streak, people were pissed at Brock. But Obafemi retired Brock and everybody still loved Obafemi. Guy, as much as everybody loved Brock, everybody still loves Obafemi after that. And now if you notice in the match, after Obafemi like pinned Brock, there was a kind of shock in his eyes. So people were now speculating that this was not what they planned. Shey you get, because there was no any reason why they wanted Brock to be on Monday Night Raw and this nigga did not appear. He retired on his own time because I'm sure TK wanted Gunther to be the one to retire Brock, but then Brock was like, I'm
Yes.
calling it quits here, and that's all. So there was a reason why Paul Heyman came out Monday Night Raw with so much passion. Bro, get a guy like Paul Heyman in your life, he will hype you up, bro, with so much passion. This nigga was glazing Brock Lesnar, guy. Like you could feel the pain in his voice, but then he was proud, like a proud dad guy. It was so good. So I feel like that was not the initial plan. I want to say that the initial plan is for Obafemi to win, yes, but I'm sure it was not to be that quick one. And Brock should not retire. I feel like Brock just retired on his own time. People are now pissed that Obafemi did not sell the F5. Guy, that nigga sold the F5. But at the same time, he's trying to tell you that you're not as tough as you were before. Oh. So yeah, your F5 is not as dangerous as it usually used to be. And then he lost to just one power bomb, and that was it. Bro, that match was good. Whether anybody see anybody that is saying otherwise, guy, they didn't follow that match from the beginning. But Lesnar retired on his own time. He had picked Obafemi as his replacement, that I want this guy to retire me. Obafemi beat him, retired him. He took off his shoes, took off his UFC glove, and he left. I'm sure TKO is not happy with that, but bro, you can't tell Brock Lesnar what to do. Nobody has been able to tell Brock Lesnar what to do from the onset. He does whatever he wants. And bro, I like that ending for Brock Lesnar. He wanted to go out on his own terms. He wanted to go out on his own way, and he did that. Bro, he did that, and it was good. It was good passing the torch to the younger generation. It was that's why when I see people still being pissed at the fact that John Cena lost or the way he lost, I'm like, this nigga is just trying to tell you guys that he's old, he can't continue. So him losing that way was not bad to me. Just like how people are pissed off that Brock Lesnar should have won. I was like, there's no way Brock Lesnar would have won. Brock Lesnar is pushing how many years old? Obafemi just turned 28. That nigga is way stronger. He's even bigger than Brock, like currently. Because Brock has lost weight, let's not lie. He's looking out of shape in a way, but he's still strong. But then Obafemi winning, good. But Lesnar retiring on his own terms, good. But Heyman coming out on Monday to tell them that they should remove Brock Lesnar name from the now and put him in the forever, because bro, I just love that passion from Paul Heyman. Guy, the entire feud from the build up upon they didn't have much face to face compared to others, bro. That was solid, guy. And I'm actually happy for that match. I'll not even lie. I'm actually happy for that match, bro.
And
That match was good.
and and to think that Brock gave over all of the weeks of build up, especially knowing that he was going to do the job for him. He gave him all of those days, all of those weeks to conquer him throughout and still go and do the job for him. That if that doesn't make that man the greatest, to ever do this, I don't know what is. I mean, for what that man has been able to do for Cody, for what that man has been able to do for Drew McIntyre, for what that man has been able, how many people have he done jobs for? Roman Reigns. I mean, we wouldn't be talking about all of this. I mean, John Cena. This man, for how we would be, the only one thing that Brock did that we like, Brock was a part of that we never got out of was the ending of the streak. But like, I mean, he did this for Goldberg. Goldberg came back in 2017 and
Do you realize that?
damn.
Do you realize that? Do you realize that? I don't know if it's true, but I read somewhere that they said Seth Rollins has never lost to Brock Lesnar. I don't know how true that is. But then thinking about it, right? Was it WrestleMania, right? When they fought, where Seth Rollins broke his ribs. Seth Rollins still won that match. I don't know if you guys remember that match where he broke his ribs. Like he had to put tapes
Seth
around
Rollins
his wrist.
actually
But
has lost. Actually,
he has lost to Brock, right?
As everybody,
Because when
it's like everybody has forgotten that Brock actually cashed in on Extreme Rules.
extreme, no, that one is. I'm talking
Well,
about one.
WrestleMania 31 with Roman and Brock. Rollins came in there and won. The Royal Rumble, I think he won that one. Then
Yes,
even
since you are
he won.
including
He won.
Rollins cashing, then we should include Brock's cashing too at the Extreme Rules because Brock cashed in and pinned him. That's the point. It was that mixed tag team match with Becky Lynch versus Lacey Evans and Baron Corbin where the titles were on the line. And after that match, Brock came, cashed in, and pinned Seth. So that should count too. If you are including Seth cashing in WrestleMania 31. So
Yeah, but no, but
But
I'm not including. I'm not including that match. I'm just talking about one on one. I'm talking about
oh
just
yeah,
one
one
on
on one.
one.
I think you're right.
Yeah, Brock has never. I mean, Seth Rollins has never lost to Brock. Like you said, Brock actually pushes people, but people don't actually see it because when Brock is coming, when Brock is over somebody, he's always very dominant. So people don't realize that Brock also used to push people ahead of him. Roman Reigns, see, what's his name? Seth Rollins, like Drew McIntyre during that COVID period, guy. Well, bro, let's just like Brock is actually that guy. Actually, he's that guy. I mean, the only
So
reason why everybody
I want
like
to just give my take on this because I was saying the leaving now. I don't know if I can talk on the Brock and Over match. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Michael. Go on.
So sorry for cutting you short. To Tokwe. What I wanted to say is that I was actually delighted with the match, to be honest, because it was almost exactly how you envisaged it, Samuel and me too. I was saying it from the start. The way Oba was being built and everything, like since he has come to the main roster, um, looking strong, took care of the Viking Raiders like they were nothing, things like that, like those little details, you cannot. There's no way you have him lose to Brock. People were telling me that Brock is one of the most protected superstars in WWE history. So that's why, and that's right. So in as much as you're saying he puts people over, he wins way more matches than he puts people over. Brock is not the kind of person that like you would win matches against easily. His record in the WWE itself speaks for itself. The last time he was pinned in a WWE ring was probably Roman Reigns beating him at WrestleMania 38. That was and SummerSlam after. That was like 3 years ago. So he barely loses, and when he does lose, that's because he probably likes you and wants to put you over. So he's really good at putting people over. But yeah, like I said, I love the way the match went. Exactly how I said it should go. Because it only made common sense that Oba will be the one to win because he's on the rise, he's over with the fans, he has charisma, and he can actually wrestle. And plus what Toby's Tokwe said, he's much younger than Brock. So you can't allow someone like that lose to Brock. It's not made any sense because because of everything I mentioned about Obafemi, he has the X factor and all. So that match ended exactly the way I wanted it to end. But the only shocking thing there was Brock hanging up his boots and it had everyone in their feelings. And I was like, so you people like Brock Lesnar like this. But it was nice to see. At least it was nice to see the human side of Brock because we've always known him to be the beast, not caring about people, always wanting to hurt people. it was nice that he actually retired on his own terms, and it was nice, even though the whole moment made it mixed because if Brock hadn't retired at that moment, would have basked in the euphoria of Oba actually beating him even more. But overall, it was exactly the way I wanted it to go, and great for Oba, and hopefully they put the rocket on him because, like I said, you don't miss out on an opportunity like this.
And it's from here. I say thank you so much, Topi. Thank you so much, Michael. Shout out to a maximum. Shout out to Carmen. Shout out to AFK. And for everybody, anybody that joined us, for everybody that listened to us on here, we are exactly 2 hours, 30 minutes, and 20 something seconds in. And I'm elated to get this show on the road and call it an end here. I want to get the confirmation that I will be getting confirmation to know if Topi and Michael will be joining us live again on Sunday when we are going to review the rest of the week, and then we'll kick off with the favorite match from the show. We still have the women's tag team match, the Finn Balor match, like everything. We have other matches that we need to still get your takes on, and I want to move it to the next episode, the next live episode we're going to do here on Sunday, and I hopefully we are able to convert again earlier than this and able to go in on this thing fresh, and then by then we'll get to know what's going to happen on SmackDown, and then we can address everything going on there. But from me to you guys, thank you so much for doing this. I sincerely love and appreciate the fact that you people respect this and get this done, and we're able to talk wrestling and just review on this. Thank you. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to everybody that joined us. This was the After the Match podcast, episode 19. And from here, we call it the show. See you on the next episode. Thank you so much once again.